live.
It's so tedious. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
What?
What's that from again?
Bill O'Reilly.
Oh. Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, the actual video that's referenced is Bill O'Reilly getting mad during a segment, and he literally just says because his teleprompter's fucking
She
up.
said that she's trying to get off the highway and there's like a huge, massive wreck.
My God.
And they're barely crawling.
That's fine. We can chat a little bit in the meantime. I'm trying to kind of give Fulton a sense of just what on earth has happened to lead up to this point.
Just imagine you guys fucked a lot of shit.
Would you describe it as complex, or do you think it was a pretty straightforward journey?
Like in the campaign?
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty wild.
Like, can you explain what's going on in a couple sentences?
Can you give me a thesis, Dante?
Oh, I would like to hear your assumption of what the game was about.
So
He also switched characters and abandoned a plot line I had for him.
Yeah.
But now Becca gets to experience it.
Becca's great. We all love Becca.
Keep going. What were you saying?
So we were a ragtag group that just kind of ended up together. Just followed some dude because we thought he was familiar but didn't know why. And then we got taken away by some boxes and dropped off. And
they caught onto a lead with this serial killer that they thought was the one that attacked.
I think I explained it pretty well.
Yeah, but that's why they were going after boxes. Some guys were associated with that, gave them QR codes for shipping labels, and they decided to go to wherever it was shipping.
And we tried to throw hostile up there more than once to the boxes.
Was it more than once?
To the drones. Yeah, you threw hostile by hand.
More than
Yeah, but I thought it was just the once.
No, because like when we came, it was like we went and did something, and then came back and saw them again. I was like, "You gotta try it again, man. We can do this."
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
That sounds dumb.
But yeah, you said we got shipped off to some place
where everything shifted a bunch. We were like in a sandbox kind of thing, and we're told to fight some shit.
This is our first arc.
And
This is the sandbox place. Like it doesn't have a real name.
It didn't have a cool name or anything. But
the sandbox place.
Really proud of. It's cool.
I mean, and drive you proud of the sandbox place.
Session 1,
the motor glove.
Act 1, the engine gauntlet, also known as the sandy place.
The motor glove.
Just let me write all your recaps from now on.
Honestly, it's great. So yeah, we got to the sandy place.
We went to the sandbox place and had to fight, but then couldn't die because some dude tattooed our hands.
Some dude
we met Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh yeah, CJ will tell you about them any day of the week.
CJ cried about a bunch.
Yeah.
They were write-off characters. They were joke characters. Never plan on them being a thing.
Why did you cry about a guy who can't talk? Jeez.
And then some dude turned into a big ol' meat monster thing. And then another dude turned into a meat monster thing to kill the first meat monster thing.
I think you might know that guy.
And then we got out of there. And then...
That's where they met Fauna for the first time.
I was going to say, I'm sure one of the meat monsters was Fauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fauna was my roommate.
No, he was...
That was...
that was Hostle's roommate. That's right.
He was your roommate.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck, I forget about it.
Fisty and CJ.
Yeah, fuck Emmy.
She was the lump. That's where she got
Dante's job.
CJ joined in 8 sessions.
Not anymore. You got castrated.
I know, right?
Yeah, neither of you guys can fuck. Sucks to be you.
Yeah.
I feel bad for your wives.
My balls are still so swollen.
He looked at me in class and he goes, "Wearing jeans was a mistake."
Yeah,
and I was like, "I know too much about you."
This wasn't the move today. Even a week out, I feel like they're still so swollen.
I was fine after a few days. Like my body is always like recovered really quickly.
No, I'm Kyle, and my balls didn't get swollen when I got castrated.
Like when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, like not 24 hours later, I had fucking pancakes and sausage for breakfast.
Fair enough.
Like a dumbass. It's fine.
So anyways, we went back to the place, and then went on a road trip.
Oh, you gotta talk to him about the guy you went on a road trip with.
With the dude with no elbows.
He had elbows.
Yeah, he had no forearms.
Who looks like Danny DeVito or something like that.
That's Colonel.
Oh yeah.
Asshole.
Andrew, why are your characters so fucked up?
Danny DeVito's a national treasure.
Literally.
This dude with,
Cumulus
Can I
man.
offer you an egg in these trying times?
this dude with no elbows taught my
It was
he taught my
no
character
forearms.
a bad version of the alien language so that I could know how to like read.
That's the one part.
Special
The other
book.
part of it was a prank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just prank, bro.
It was also just funny.
I don't remember like was the road trip to get to like
Jonas. Yeah, Jonas.
the city that could
moon!
take us to
The
the moon.
moon, apparently. It's
Yeah.
not the moon. But
Moon.
And
what
then we
he's trying
went
to
to
tell
the
you
moon.
is that a citizen of this freaking
Of the
alien
moon.
satellite needed to be escorted home, and
Yeah.
he turned out to be a. Oh, you
Oh,
explain it better than me.
During the road trip, I got a hamster
Okay.
You skipped even.
named
Well,
Carol.
that is one of the most important parts.
Yeah, not the fact that Fisty is brutally murdered.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was
who cares? I
I
got
Sheep's first character.
I
I
got a-
player character.
I
that's
got
the
a
part.
hamster that I named Carol that I took really good care of.
Until you gave it to the person that brutally murdered Fisty.
Yeah. We were going to the moon. How was I to know that hamsters could survive on the moon?
Space hamster?
So we go to the moon, and my character gets taken prisoner while they're all at some burnt up house saving
Yeah.
some kids or something.
Fucking kids.
And
Oh.
then we attacked a place with some wyverns,
Ball liveness.
All the Wyverns.
and then we got the guy to the
Shock you.
place, and then we came back to Earth. Earth 2 as I like to call it. Earth 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I think we should probably also touch on the
Um,
most chaotic session that we've had to date, which was
When
Who's
we
your-
when we burnt Fuzzy's face.
no. This was
Session freaking 6.
no. This was
And the only sessions I did not record.
oh my
It
God.
failed on me.
Oh,
Damn.
I also want to make sure that we all know that I mean I'm assuming that you also won't be, but I definitely will not be able to meet next week because we have my
You have your yeah, I get that.
tech week for my musical. And
That's
if you're gonna-
fine. I will be on bed rest the week afterwards, but I should be able to still do
Why
DD.
bed rest?
I have surgery.
Are you getting your balls cut off too?
His
one,
neck
One
ball.
of my balls.
His
Yeah,
neck ball.
my neck balls. So, anyways, we get back
Can we
to.
put it in a jar when we're done with it?
I hope they let me keep it.
I really want them to.
So after
Okay,
we get,
make sure we push to let us keep Andrew's.
I will ask them for the medical
Randy,
ways.
or put him in a jar.
Continue. Up.
They actually-
so,
they
so
actually
we
let
get
me-
back to Earth.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Kyle?
I have no idea what the
Check
fuck.
shit out.
Look at that.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, you said that for a while.
You got a
That's
weird
rough.
Adam's apple.
Well,
man.
usually you keep your neck covered. I haven't seen what's going on.
It's a plunging ranula. It's my saliva gland.
Hey, Dr.
It's take up the entirety of my jaw and has pushed itself down through my neck meat, and it's just expanding my throat.
This is why
That's
you
for
don't
the
blink,
bolts.
kids.
I gleek too hard.
You
Now
blink
it's-
too close to the sun.
Now Randy's getting evicted.
No, we
On
can
my
do that
30th birthday.
right now.
We're kicking Randy out because we happen to like
He
Andrew
said
more
he
than
can come in
Randy.
on Saturday.
Damn.
We had to make the decision either keep Randy or keep
So what do
Andrew.
we
We're
want?
keeping Andrew.
Are they additional lights?
No, we want to
We
replace
just have
the
Randy
old
just
lights.
like sitting there
Okay.
after
But
Andrew
right now I
is
prefer
departed, and we're just
old
like
lights that work.
That we
sitting
just
in
get
awkward
paid
silence for
for.
3
And
hours.
just be like, we made a bad choice.
This
We
is
should've
a
kept
terrible
Andrew.
DM.
Okay, so you guys got back from the
So
moon.
we come back to Earth to Electric Boogaloo, and then, oh god, what was the next arc?
Just the most recent
Well, oh,
one
yeah.
after this.
So then we
Arc
this
3.
one ever like they attacked and we went, or was that after this?
That's-
Or that
this-
So when
everyone
we went back,
attacked?
when we
The
got back
attack
to
one is
Pale,
our arc that we're on right
Okay.
now.
yeah,
So
when we
then
got
we-
back to Pale Grass, basically everything it was like Twilight Zone. Like everybody was very detached and
Yeah.
like zombie-like.
And so then we went to Oklahoma and hated our lives because we were in Oklahoma,
It's true.
Period.
True.
where we were dealing with
Oklahoma.
like
Just
Uh,
Oklahoma things.
imagine if you were to turn on a TV in Oklahoma.
Imagine going to Ohio. That's
And
what
it was
Oklahoma
such
is.
it was all
bad
just
summary.
it was all just statickiness.
I don't
That's-
know exactly what
that's
happens.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
where we ran into a cult.
Mm.
What?
Yeah, the cult,
What?
the whole old haired guy, the cult.
You ran into him before you went to Oklahoma.
Yeah, he took us there.
Yeah,
We
that was
learned
before
it was a cult.
Oklahoma.
And then we
Then
ran
we
into
We got there and he just
Club.
promptly dies.
then we ran into a dead cat.
You're a dead cat.
That's true. There
And
was a
then
dead
we
cat.
That's
went
horrible.
underground for a while.
Oh.
And like
That's horrible thing
Oh,
to
that's
say.
fucked up. I just got that.
That was one of the saddest moments of the
that's
campaign.
fucked up.
And Dante's like,
The
yeah,
dead
there was a
cat
dead
was
cat.
Fisty wasn't even there to experience it. That's
Yeah.
cool.
While we were down here, there were some robots that like were giving off some Confederate Army vibes.
A little bit.
Andrew, did you say the N word?
Yeah,
Oh, the Glorious did.
a lot.
He kept it.
It was
he
only
kept
in
it inside.
character.
He was like, I want to say it, but I really don't.
That's like
I'm not gonna do it.
Glorious took the price to pay. It cost him an arm and a leg to get out of that fight.
He said he dropped a hard R in word, and then just immediately his limbs flew off his body. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was really rough.
So
Also a serious
we killed
moment.
ourselves. We killed
Very
ourselves a
serious
bunch
moment.
to keep our memories.
We did. I kissed myself to get my
It
memory
was
back.
crazy.
That sounds about right.
And then Hostile.
Caleb would take the most angsty, crazy.
Forgot
shot
you
to
did
do
that.
And then Hostile ran away.
Yeah,
And-
just fucked off
And Beckett.
after
showed up.
losing was it an arm or a leg?
That one, he lost his arm.
Oh
for
yeah,
no
Hostile
reason.
stuck his arm
No
in a
reason.
You gave him every chance not
death
to.
trap because he was curious. What it would
I
do.
think at that point you were like, well, this character I'm not going to be sticking with much longer.
No,
anyway.
because I had the arm. Because I was
This is
in.
Artificer
I was in armor
feats.
artificer, so like your armor like just replaces any sort of like missing limb. So I just took off my armor, stuck my arm in, and it like disappeared
But
completely.
it was for a check that he already knew wasn't going to benefit him. He's like, yeah, this doesn't look like you should touch it. He's like, dang!
But-
That's just Dante.
Part of me was like, I was thinking that like if it was like that thick,
Mhm.
and like it just hurts really bad to get through, but then if you're through, you can like
Nope.
get through.
No, it disintegrated it.
But it just completely made my arm disappear. So I put my armor back on, and my hand grew back.
And then he decided to leave because he missed his arm.
Yeah.
And so, Hostile left and then met Beckett here.
Yeah. And Beckett showed up dressed in the gray coat.
Remember that
stuff.
sandy place? He's from there.
Yeah.
He's been walking this whole time.
Yeah. And then we destroyed some shit after some robots tried to attack us.
You guys are just skipping over one of my favorite characters in this whole freaking...
Spit?
Yes, this is one of my favorite characters. Didn't mention him once.
Sad that
We had
I feel
some-
like we never got like a
we had
proper.
some-
There's a
Ridiculous
there's a
robot.
tiny robot that's obsessed with porn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And then
spit.
after that, we come out to like a weird coordinated attack by the gray coats, and
The Greycoats are the Malik Assembly. These are the people you guys have had fucked you over. They're a special division. The ones that wearing the Greycoats.
Yeah.
They're the ones that ran the Sandy place and then were attacking the aliens.
The
on
same- that's the
I like how you're calling it that now too.
Because that's how he knows what it is.
Yeah.
Sandy place.
Sandy place.
And so they attacked us, and then they were like, "Hey, you need to go find the dude that's causing all this." And we said, "Got you." So we went back to the original town, and
That one
Ember
really well.
almost killed us all
Yeah.
with a mistimed fireball. Well, she like was destroying like our like disguises we were gonna use.
Oh, yeah.
Found out that the town was overrun by the gray coat dudes, and convinced them that we were part of them. And then Amba shows up and is like, "Hey."
At this point,
I'm
I was
on
one
your
of the main-
side
I was
now.
one of the main antagonists, and he didn't say that until
He
you
was
got
like,
abandoned.
"Hey, listen, man, I can get you out of here." And I said, that seems sketchy, man. And then he
You're right to say, oh, that seems sketchy.
and
man.
then he bamfed us to Malik, and then he ran into you.
The rest is history. We ran into you and Alganasha.
You know, when you put it that way, it's really embarrassing that it took us 5 years to get to this point. Why we could have just glossed over so
You know we
much.
did 8 sessions last year, right?
Is that it?
Yeah, isn't that depressing? That's how
wild.
it took 5 years. And you know what? We're doing our 3rd session this year right now in January.
We only have 5 more.
Yeah.
And then
we
we're
can
caught up, and we can just not
then we
do
can take a
anything for
break.
the rest of the time. Another hiatus. Well, CJ's still on here. I'll make a drink. And I might. Oh, never
What?
mind. Hey.
Oh, she here? She's here.
We should have full campaign recap.
So do you have any questions, Fulton? I don't imagine you do.
Yeah, I think it was all explained perfectly.
I have so many, but I don't care.
Now I'm trying not to panic because I think I dropped my debit card outside of Quick Trip, so I just need to, that's my D20. Now I just need to lock it
Okay, yeah.
before I panic.
Okay.
Because I'm really scared that I dropped it outside of Quick, like I did. Okay, Kyle, and you are so tall.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Do you have a wallet or like do you just?
I was just running in just to get something real quick, so I just threw it in my pocket.
You were just free balling.
And I fucking knew it.
I'm paranoid.
And so I'm like, maybe it like fell out like in my car. But I was like, I'm trying not to panic. So I was like, I'll just lock it, and then if worst comes to worst, I'll just go get a new one tomorrow because luckily I'm off work.
Let me guess. You
Take
have
some of that sweet capitalism money.
Let me guess. You have more questions about Carol. Are those your main
I
questions?
miss Carol.
You miss Carol. She did nothing.
Carol was great.
She
How
was
dare
just in
you?
a
Carol's
ball.
the best. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a
Things
he.
that are just in a ball are the best.
Carol was a he. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Carol was a guy. Carol was totally a guy.
But fucking
That's not what
misgendering
Carol
people.
told me.
Don't forget, we only have 2 genders now, so.
Actually, we only have one technically.
Yeah, female.
Yeah, we're all
Everybody's a woman.
That's
female. Yeah, I
right.
was gonna say Andrew, Kyle, Dante, welcome joining us to the female society.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Yuck.
How does womanhood?
Good thing I cut my
yeah.
balls off last week. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dante's ready.
Just a profound
CJ, I heard a rumor that you have cookies.
misunderstanding of
They are
how
Girl Scout cookies.
biology
Stop
works
talking
by
about your
saying male at conception.
Everyone feel
women.
free because I have 2 boxes
Quite
of
literally,
everything.
we're all female at conception.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, I bought like
Six
Yeah,
3 different kinds.
And,
3 or 4.
and actually,
Three.
when you think about it that way,
So
that
not
means that
every-
we're all trans.
Not every single
Yeah.
one.
Fulton,
I'm a fucking
well, I
liar,
do want to
Dante.
clarify that in
That looks
81
delicious.
sessions, this I guess being the 81th,
81?
I can count the
81?
amount of times we've interacted with
81?
this individual on one hand.
That what?
In the first arc, Beckett or Hostel had a brief recollection because he had an association with the girlfriend that they rescued at the time. I had a partnership with this character and was able to recall a slight memory of living with him for
Oh
a
yeah,
decent
that
amount of
fucking
time.
guy.
In the second arc, Maud was struck with the very same weapon that's the cause of why nobody can remember him, and was able to undo that effect on him, and he had a memory of this character giving him silence, this weapon that allows him to cloak you and all that. In the third arc, Melody briefly said a word with them, and then we've talked 2 sentences last time, and a couple sessions ago.
I did it. We're good. I'm safe.
Isn't that the same guy that was like, "Don't contact me here again. You know how to find me."
That's Mash, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
nice.
he who lights the lanterns.
No, new number. Who dis?
I was gonna say that I think the most chaotic session that we've had was I can't remember who your friend was who was there for that
Freaking
one off.
John Lane? No,
Oh yeah.
yeah, with Doobie that came in and just shot some dude in the fucking face. We spent
was-
one day in a whole town that I had built.
Yeah, that was supposed to
And
be
I had to
several
leave.
sessions.
I
Oh
just-
yeah, we like zoomed through
Right.
it.
My favorite was he kept trying to shoot me, but he was so low level, and I had so
Your
many
arm
things
was
at my
so strong.
disposal that he just like shot me like 5 times.
Because you
and
were
I
walking on Terminator style and they were just bouncing off your freaking face.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's
Oh,
a
your
lot of
nails
work.
are
Yeah.
cute. I know. I
You
appreciate
probably
it.
know this guy
I
from
brought
high school,
cookies.
John.
I just cut them because
That super
April
political
works.
guy.
Like it's really
Like
really
than it
good.
was the other day.
Oh yeah, it's really really
John
good.
Cole. John Cole, yes.
And
He
it wasn't
joined
able
us for a
to
session.
like
He had
save
never
it
played
as
D&D
well.
And I
before.
forced him to play one of my
So I decided to
NPCs.
chop it.
And he shot a
Like, I
shopkeep
mean,
in the
literally look
face,
at it.
and we had to escape town with him.
Yeah, that was
Mine are still small.
that was
so they're
probably
big.
Well,
like
no, I'm
the
pretty sure
craziest
you're
session.
Oh.
That was also the session where
It's
everyone
like in there
figured
a
out
little
that
bit.
Monty
Yeah, and
was
it's
like-
literally like all the way
I
across.
was.
Yeah.
But it's
was
still on my nail
depressing
bed,
to
so
see.
I
There
can't.
was
if it
also-
breaks off, it's
Everyone
really bad.
IRL knew. But
Well, yeah, of course, but the part.
Yeah.
There was also the
We've
time
been
where
I need some
Sheep
of
and I
that,
have-
please.
What do you want?
there was also the time that Sheep and I got into the screaming match in the middle of the session.
You could take a
In
seat.
character.
Just
Oh,
because it's
sweet.
nice to get rolled above.
It was when we were
I'll
on the
probably give
moon,
some of it back.
and like
Bad rolls out now.
I was
Oh,
like
no,
trying
that's
to
a good
walk
one.
away because
Oh,
the kids were
Do
being.
you remember these? You used to get these.
combo, dude, we had so many
CJ.
combo memories.
Also,
The
we
Sheep's
talked
character
about
in
how
mine
Dante
had a
and
screaming
I are
match one time.
I can't hear.
That tracks.
Dante, since
Had a
our
screen
show
match
is
with
next
me
week,
too,
we
which
won't
just
be
came
here, so
out
we're
of the
probably not
thin
gonna have
blue.
one, and we're not
Like I was
sure
playing a
about next
mom
week
who
since
had
it's on this
like
survey.
left
Okay,
their
so we're
kid while
just,
they
like,
went
kind of-
clubbing,
okay,
and she
there
was like
for
a
that.
very high strung like military woman.
Yeah.
And as the mom tried to confirm it, I was like, "You should stay away from kids. You don't need to be in there." And then she just yelled at me out of nowhere.
Right.
It was crazy.
In which me as a human didn't know how to respond to. I just make an intimidation. I walked away.
Respectfully, I think if you as the DM are intimidated, they shouldn't have to make a check.
Either that or with advantage at the very least.
But that's
If you
Andrew,
make
that's
me
not their
poo-poo in my
NPC.
pants, you don't need to make a check.
I don't have very many
poo-poo in
violent
your pants?
reactions with sheep. It was crazy.
Yeah,
They're like, "No, you need to get." I'm like, "Ah!"
Sheep has an ability to get into absolute scream matches during D&D.
I'll send you the clip, but it was wild.
No, they got a
Came
scream
out of
match with me
nowhere.
during a session one time.
Scary.
It was very funny. I laughed.
Like I'll
Yes.
get.
My NPC was like unbothered
Oh,
by
how
it
we
too.
love.
I was like,
it.
alright.
I don't think I've screamed at a player yet, have I?
No, but you make me cry all the time.
Well,
Well,
that's fine.
CJ, that's not hard.
I don't want to yell
You
at
make
you.
me
I
narrate
said
crying a lot.
respectfully, CJ. That
You
is
make
like
me
the
narrate
easiest thing
crying
to
a lot.
Dylan's never made me cry.
Okay, you guys want to do
do.
a
Cried that
recap?
campaign numerous
I just
times.
did.
Your campaign, maybe. Not in Dylan.
Hey, you cried
Um,
when the campaign was what?
When?
I can't. It was 6 years. Of course I remember.
Bitch,
Don't
when?
act like you didn't do it.
Bitch,
You
when?
did it. Okay.
Yeah, it was all because she was mad at you guys.
Yeah.
CJ,
Don't
you're-
act like you.
If
know
it's
what
not
you
during the
have
session, it
done.
doesn't count.
CJ, you're a big softie, and we love you for it. Don't deny it.
Okay.
Hi, Pot.
You want to do a recap, friendos?
Yeah.
Since I wasn't
I
here
got
last
you.
time, that'd be good.
Mod's dick was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know.
mention that.
I don't know if you watched the recap at all, but
It was. I wish you were here because it was fun.
We got on the Boca
That was-
Raton cruise ship.
well,
Talk
I'll
to
do
the
the recap
DM.
and then you can do.
Yeah,
yours.
he's yeah.
Let's do the
no,
real.
no.
Let's do the real recap. At this point, we're having a goofy session.
Yeah, let's.
You-
That's right.
Dante-
Let's do the
All
real
right.
recap first. Dante, go ahead.
No, let him do it first.
So-
I know,
I'll do
his
it
is the
first.
real recap.
So we got on the Boca Raton cruise ship, and
The gay of the seas.
yeah,
Yeah, baby.
we were partying, and went to the captain's quarters where Asobuco was, and he was like,
We've already skipped an
Who's
hour.
that? Who's that?
Already skipped an hour.
he was like, hey, let's party, let's have a good time, and then Becca was like, no, you fucking suck, man, we hate you.
Wait, wasn't Kyle here for that part?
No.
Oh, never
Well,
mind.
I was there when
No,
we
Oh,
first-
that was
Okay,
two
so
sessions
Kyle
before.
was there when we first
Okay,
met.
but you haven't
we,
skipped
we,
an hour
we need
yet.
to we
Okay.
need to pick it up
Okay.
from when you guys were in bed.
So
Right.
The
We-
session
The last
started
thing-
with you guys asleep.
The last thing that happened was from the session before was the guy reaching out to you and saying,
Oh,
"I need
yeah.
you to kill this guy."
Yeah.
Yes.
Dogma.
Yeah.
So then
God,
I
Mom.
went and threatened Zumi with a rapier and said, you fucking did this to me, you dumb fuck.
Because he projects a lot of insecurity.
I don't know. I think you're fully up.
You were involved in that one, Kyle.
Yeah, we brought you in at one point to use silent. See, we brought you,
Yes.
that's when your cock came out.
Yeah.
We told you to whip it out, and you whipped out the hammer first, and then you whipped out.
None of it's
something.
canon. None of it's canon.
I don't
No,
know.
I think canonically Mod has an absolute lead pipe. in
A
his
player
face.
should a player should have a say in if things are canon. That's my.
You're
Yeah.
correct.
That's my. Opinion.
Yeah, like making the whole party see their genitals.
So then we chatted with Henri for a little bit, and he was like, you don't have to do what I say, but if you don't, then Zumi's gonna have to.
Right.
I said, alright, man.
He gets right of first refusal.
And so then we went to bed. The next morning, Zumi got really high on cocaine while we were all talking about
Canonically, I snorted some coke.
Oh yeah, we hung out with my cat.
I did.
about how we were talking about like how we should go about this order to kill Asobuco and Gachapon, whatever.
Dogma.
Yeah.
It's not a hard name.
Gachapon, whatever.
I realize his original name
It's
is hard.
canon.
Diarmi
DeLo or
is
whatever.
hard. So
Yeah.
I was like, Dogma is a good nickname. So
Yeah.
my freaking retarded party doesn't say
Yeah.
Asabuco. Because it'd be a
So-
shame if they called him Asabuco instead of Dogma.
What is Asabu?
No one knows.
Also, again, we're cutting out the part where you guys had some like dreamscape conversation.
Yeah, I completely
Oh, yeah.
skipped that.
Oh yeah.
We went back into Silence's dream, and I had
Yeah, Silence is dream.
I went to a bouncy castle.
Bouncy
Yes.
castle.
I
And
got a
ate some
bouncy
ice
castle.
cream.
I had some ice cream.
Yeah.
And
Melody and Ember were real touchy about it.
Melody
Well, Melody was. I don't know. if
was
Ember
all complaining.
I wasn't there. I'm
again.
not there.
there. Okay.
I have not been
I
can't
scratched.
Ran out of
And I
quarters for a
apparently
little horsey
think
ride.
I kissed Indy and didn't. I'm pretty sure I did.
And so then
I'm
we
pretty sure you guys
we
totally
woke
made
up
out.
and talked about how we should
I'm pretty sure she's pregnant.
all get cut by your little feather thing.
Mhm.
I think that CJ's still, or Ember's the only one who has it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
They ended up cutting Amba.
Yeah,
think
and I was-
Chismar joined?
Yes.
You did join.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
we
It
are
sounded- I was
bouncy
told that there was a
castle.
bouncy castle.
An important point, because it's between Ember and Beckett, was that Beckett was upset with Ember because Ember's like, instead of listening to everyone else that she's been friends with longer, she listens to Amba. She's like, if you go in there and you tell me it's okay, I'll trust you because I don't know you.
Yeah.
And then Beckett's like, ugh, emo.
He hasn't.
And
I
then
thought
we
you mean Amba?
Huh?
You mean Amba or what?
no, she said that to Amba, and Becca
I
was
said-
like,
yeah. Hurt.
"You've
And
known
so
me
Amba
so
hasn't
much
gone in
longer."
there yet,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll just find out in time.
Yeah.
And then we went to some
But I don't know that Beckett's feelings.
we went to some shanty towns
Mm-hmm.
and
some deliveries.
rescued some people and also dropped some people off.
Yeah.
Operated as a big.
And that's it.
Overland, underland Uber.
We did it.
I felt like we
And
did a
that's,
lot.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Alright, would you like to hear my recap?
Sure.
Here, let me open these before you touch. I don't want to interrupt you.
Can you?
Yes.
Alright. Previously on Don't Trust Me. Heading to your quarters, Chismar and Beckett meet up to talk about Henri and his qualms about Dogma. Henri compromises. He calls off the death of Dogma as long as the group avoids aiding Rasa DeLo in future endeavors. Apparently, Dogma once stood as Henri's first disciple, and not only learned to escape his grasp, but found a way to take him down for good. Maud joins the convo, summoning Silence, allowing them to plot against Henri in secret. Later, the group awakens in Sanctuary's room. Indy, once again, pleads with the group to all reconvene in the bedroom, vaguely hinting at a way to use her powers to aid the party when the time comes. Back awake, the party is able to convince Chismar and Merrick to be scratched by Indy's feather, with Ember still trepidatiously avoiding the temptation.
What is that word?
Met back with Dogma, the company asks to see their wares left in storage. A long dark drink of water, Jormungand, escorts the party to their wagon, where it's discovered to be intact, with diseased rations replaced. The party agrees to visit the rogue states, as Rasa DeLo plans to visit and offer support. In Gyarad, that's the first rogue state, the party commissions themselves to being guards as members of the community swap within the giant submarine. In Zanmao, medical support is given throughout the night, where the party narrowly misses being visited by hordes of ashmen from beyond. As the group ends their day, a few odd interactions occur. Chismar notices his sleep to come about much easier than most days. Henri visits Beckett, claiming to know who he associates with, and that he will not be silenced. Ember, in the dead and silence of night, barely notices a familiar ringing in her ears, the subtle hum of static. Melody is messaged by her friend Merrick, where she hears, uttered in a voice void of his native accent, "We need to talk."
And that's where we ended, and it was crazy.
And was I asleep?
Dragon Ball Z.
Was that in a dream?
That was before you went to bed.
So,
Or maybe in the middle of the night, it might have woken you up.
Okay, I just couldn't remember if I was like asleep or no.
I do want to continue because Maud would have had an interaction at this point. Can I go ahead and jump to you at this point?
yeah, so real quick, I want to
Yeah,
so basically as long as Silence is out, like, Chismar and Beckett are free to converse in regards to Silence without, unbeknownst to Silence. Like, Silence will still know that or rather, sorry, Henri. Henri will know that he's being left out, but he won't be able to like parse what they're actually talking about.
That's what it's seeming like, man. Every time silence has been out, not only have you not been able to use your powers, but Henri is completely quiet and dampened.
Yeah.
Cool.
What we've been able to discern is definitely, at least it feels like, he can't parse what we're doing, but it does definitely seem like he knows he's being shut out. So like, he knows there's something happening that he isn't aware of, but he can't figure out what it is.
He
He's
literally
locked
said, "I
outside,
won't
but
be
he can't."
silenced." To that, I think that
Like, he knows there's a locked door, he just cannot listen to the other side of the door.
cool. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Henri.
Can we stop
He's
pretending
not
as if my
literally-
At the end of your
patrons-
night, you're in your quarters in this weird penthouse kind of section of Rasa de Lo, and you hear in your voice, in the back of your mind, Sire, I grow afraid.
Afraid of what, Henri?
Our friends, their association with the Plague Bringer.
What do you think that we? I mean, so far you've been really helpful in suppressing it, but
And I continue to help.
do you
But
think
it's
that
only a matter of time before I anger him to the point of retaliation.
how? I mean, in what way do you think that he could retaliate? I mean, it's you nullify his effect.
Of course, but within your range. Your friends don't have that benefit. Henri is clever. More clever than I. I'm a one-trick pony. Henri controls the entirety of this region. I can sense him breathing on the back of my neck. I fear him, sire. I don't wish to anger him. I fear him.
Do you want me to leave you out of Beckett and Chismar's affairs then?
There's a beat. And here's this trepidatious, kind of broken voice. I will do as you say. If you at least consider my feelings, I will always do what you say.
We'll be cautious going forward.
Thank you, sire.
I'm not going to say that there's not going to be any times where you're going to come in handy, especially if I feel that there are plans that need to be set in motion that would be to the greater safety of the party. I mean, all of us included, especially including you.
I fear phenomenally though. I am not real. I'm but an avatar. You, however, are very real. All of you are very real. The guilt is worse than my fear. Thank you for hearing me out.
We'll yeah, you're welcome. We'll fill it out a little bit, and kind of we'll ease off a little bit, but we'll kind of see where it goes.
In the meantime, if you two use me more in battle, if that were to surpass, I should be able to strengthen my abilities. I want to learn to help.
Yeah, we actually haven't had much of an opportunity to take you out into the field, as it were. What would you when you say to learn, what did you have in mind?
I'm unconfident. I am unpracticed. If I were to get a feel of myself in the fit of it, maybe I could be more confident. Maybe I could aid you better.
Well, I mean, I'll do you just be the weapon and I'll do the swinging, and we'll figure it out from there.
Good night, sire.
Good night, Silence.
And with that, you head off. I do want the four of you to roll d20s. Not including you, Kyle. You've already had your moment. I'm gonna go in random order here.
Solid.
Five.
Aww.
15.
16.
Sweet.
15.
Does Dante and I need to roll these?
What'd you roll?
I got a 5 too.
So I said, do we need to roll these?
Rollies.
You said 15? No, it doesn't matter. Oh, you know what? Go ahead and roll. Let's do the roll once and we'll just go in order.
Natural 20, bitch!
32.
You need to roll your D100, you cheating ass.
I
Golf
rolled a
rolls
2.
for this one. You're gonna go last.
You can't. It's just a straight roll.
We don't know
Oh,
that.
it's
32.
32.
okay. Okay, cool.
Would we send that 20? I'm just kidding to go before.
Hey, I would rather die than go after you.
Melody, I'll be at Melody. I will give you an inspiration if you let him go before you.
Ooh.
Just
Yeah,
'cause
she kills herself.
Just because yours is main story related.
Yeah, you can go before me.
All right,
there.
cool.
Is it
You get
dinosaur or chicken
you get
dinner?
inspiration.
Worth it.
But, hey, high five inspiration club.
Yeah! Don't let me forget I have it.
I will.
You guys have inspiration?
I recognized the music Andrew was playing before the session started.
That's nuggets.
It was also
Hey.
easy.
It's impossible.
Oh,
He threw me a
Lisa's dropping
softball.
our class, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. What was it? Can I
Got
listen
the
to
music.
it?
Isn't it too
If you're gonna play Epic, I'm gonna know it.
Yeah, but
I'm not playing epic. I'm like,
What?
I'm
There
very
is no
freaking.
letter.
Chismar, you contemplate on this feeling here.
I was like, what's going
You
on?
know my cloak on me.
What are your immediate thoughts on your absence without Silence's assistance?
It's weird. Like, you know, it's that thing of like, if you like, let's say you've had like tinnitus for like 3 years and you hate it, but like you just get used to it, and so the minute it's gone, it feels awkward to be normal. That's what it's the right thing because I don't feel a presence or whatever, but it feels I got so comfortable being uncomfortable that being comfortable is now uncomfortable.
It's like being in one of those soundless rooms and you hear your blood. And
Yeah.
you're
Oh.
Like, I'm nervous.
Like
This
my
is too
thoughts,
quiet.
like for once, my thoughts are getting to run through unfiltered, and I don't like that.
Okay. While you're doing this, give me a brief wisdom check.
I don't want to. Check or saving throw.
Saving throw, sorry.
You're good.
Thank you.
So it's the same plus no matter what. That's a 6.
This
I'm
is
not
jarring
sure.
enough for you. You don't get a restful sleep for the night.
Yay.
But take a point of exhaustion.
Oh man.
As
Thanks,
you sit here and
Andrew.
writhe in your own thoughts, you sit here thinking,
Yeah, you thought it.
like, is the plague upon me? Have I doomed Beckett? Have I doomed this society that I've joined?
Probably.
Is Dogma's fate in my hands that I've now reintroduced his enemy into his kingdom? These thoughts rack your mind throughout the night. Ember,
Oh god.
what's your connection? This sound in the back of your head.
So I
What
was
are you
gonna
thinking?
make a really funny thing and be like, okay, so it's like when you don't ever have tinnitus, and then one night you do get tinnitus.
That's the opposite of it.
Oh!
You also
Oh,
take a
that's
point
so
of exhaustion.
good! That's such a good joke. You can still roll to see if you get a second point or not.
Ooh.
but-
So are we saying that like it's in the middle of the night, or are we saying it's before we go to bed? Like when this, when
Like,
this happens.
this is before you've gone to bed.
Okay.
at least.
Yeah, I'd say she's like hunkering down, and then it starts, and she's like she does feel like she gets tinnitus for a second, but then like focusing on it, it's like, oh.
And then she's like, oh, that's a joke. Okay.
She's probably like trying to internalize her panicking, but like there's definitely like unease. Because it's like, why the hell is this happening here? Why is this happening now? Like, I thought we dealt with this. Like, Hostel lost an arm for this. Like, why am I hearing it now?
You take that thought, yeah.
She's just, like, laying
the
there,
supercomputer is broke.
Mm-hmm.
Make me just basic intelligence check.
Ooh! I'm good at that. Intelligence?
Yes, please.
That's a 16. Not bad.
I mean, you're not entirely out of clues.
Mm-hmm.
There is a remnant of the superconverter.
I'm gonna say
So
it's
about-
in her radio, right?
What's that?
Amba?
Amba's arm. Being
Mm.
able to recreate it. But why now? Why is this a resurfacing thing now? You've been with Amba for several days at this point, almost a week, over a week probably,
But
with all the travel.
Has he done anything with it to create? Because I remember
He's
like,
created all sorts of stuff. You've traveled
Yeah.
with it. You've teleported and all that.
and it didn't happen then.
But why now?
Because I was wondering if it was when he tried to, like, make the essence of like sitting in a bouncy house.
I will also make you do a wisdom saving
Oh,
throw.
fuck.
See how many of you I can cripple.
Well, it's a 7 on the die, so I don't think it's above a 10. Wisdom save. Oh, I'm a liar. That's a 12.
A 12, okay.
Still fails.
Okay. With the 12. So the 12, at least you know why you can't sleep.
Okay,
No,
cool.
no. The 12, you get a vision in the back of your head. It's just like a memory. Like, it's one of those moments where you're in the middle of work and you're like, why did I remember that out of the blue?
Mm-hmm.
Pops up with you. Of just recently, the very last moments you spent back in your hometown, your own nation, back in Palegrass.
Mm-hmm.
You in the alleyway, staring at a doorway that you had seen for the first time during this encounter. Everyone else had seen it aside from Beckett.
Like, it looked like familiar to them, but I don't recall.
You had never seen it. You were at a different scenario during that initial reaction. Although this time you do see words written in blood on the door, written out, "Don't trust me." Slash the DO. And another thing different about the door.
A slash of the O.
This door had a doorknob on it. The ones
Ooh.
you saw in person did not. But this only flashes for a moment and it's gone.
I know, I was like, can I lucid dream? Oh, I did some lucid dreaming last night. That shit was crazy.
Witch!
It was
Witch!
It was wild.
She's controlling the clouds! She's Jewish!
What?
Sorry.
Andrew literally said it, we're like, we're not gonna play that, we'll get copyrighted. Immediately says something very sketchy.
They know what they're doing.
Hey.
What are they gonna do? Cause a storm to break my internet? They could if they...
What?
Joking.
It would have been a
You're
bummer,
right.
so I'm trying to not say it.
Okay, but no, other than that...
Damn it.
You,
Okay.
you dissipate from the thought and you're able to
You
at least
desiccate.
dissipate.
I'm dead.
You
Uh,
I
that-
just
Yeah.
leave.
You poop.
You hear that once again, that horrid migraine just pierce the middle of your brain, and you hear well up in this freaking Halo 3-esque being reached out by the grave mind. Just, I know who you associate with. I will not be silenced.
I think like Becca has been like going through some shit, and he's like, I'm tired of letting other people like control my moods, letting other people control my minds. I need a hard reset. And so he just like gets up without saying anything, walks out the door, and just wants to like take a lap. Just walk
Okay.
around, just like try to like be really mindful, try to push out whatever Henri is saying, and just like remind himself like I already went through all of this shit, and I came out the other end still me. I can get through this as well. And so he's just, you know, taking a lap. I know this place is huge, so probably just one lap would be like
Yeah, you know, like walking around
while.
the track thing on the top of
Yeah.
of the cruise ship. Just to walk in the rails, you know.
yeah, probably like a good 30-40 minutes of just like walking, clearing his head until eventually like he's starting to get tired enough that he's like, all right, it's time for bed, and then he'll make his way.
Make a perception while you're doing this as well.
13.
Okay, with the 13, as you take this, you're expecting a peaceful round at this time of night, but it seems it's a weird time of day in this place. much like in a regular cruise ship, it doesn't stop just because it's nighttime. You see a different side of the nightlife happening right now. People, more dedicated soldiers of Rasa Delo, cleaning the place up.
Okay.
You pass by people, none of them really associate with you, make contact with you. Some of them kind of give you that look, they give you the wave, they're like, wow, people aren't normally up this time.
Yeah.
And walk by, and you...
I think maybe I like seeing that. Maybe I see someone who's like, seems like he has a bigger job than others, or like seems like he's struggling, and I like stop and like try to like help out and maybe like strike up conversation while I'm doing that.
As you go and you kind of help start mopping this area for this guy, looks over and goes, Korshuba? Do you speak Eastern Folly?
I can't remember if I did or not. I don't think I have it on my V2 account, so let me go to...
Horseshit. This is why V2 sucks. Why are we abandoning everything we know and moving to things we don't?
Because it works so much better.
You're not sitting right.
I can't remember if I speak Eastern or Western Folly.
That's not England.
I mean, you definitely speak Malek.
You speak Malek.
But I mean, if anything,
Yeah, she
you
does.
probably speak Eastern over Western.
I do speak
When she's
Eastern.
not
Okay.
dead.
The guy speaks to you is like, the boss of you?
No, just trying to clear my head.
Persuasion check.
24. Sorry, no, 22.
I mean, no, that's basically.
He looks at you and goes, he lets out a
Same
sigh.
thing.
He's all my family now.
It is no problem, I can finish.
No.
That's alright. What's your name, friend?
Booba.
Mooba?
Booba.
Booba? Alright, nice to meet you.
And he looks at you confused again, he's like,
Name's Beckett.
Beckett and Booba.
Nice to meet you, Booba.
Booba.
And I don't think I'm trying to get anything out of
And
this
he looks at you
conversation.
and you see kind of just an appreciation. It's like, you know what, good for you.
Yeah.
The outsiders, if they want to help, they want to help. I go over and tend to plant over an apiary for the hummingbird.
Alright. Do you want me to finish?
Couple floor. We should clear time. I give you bonus.
Alright.
And he just leaves and lets you clean.
I just clean for however long it takes to do whatever and then
He's
go
gone
back to the
for
room.
2 hours.
Yeah, I
And he
just
comes back and he's just like, he looks really guilty, like he kind of got caught up in his break and fell asleep. And he's like, please stop. I'm sorry.
Hello.
It has been
How's it going?
too long. Give.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you, Peck.
Have a good night.
Peckett.
Thank you,
Peckett.
Thank you, Peckett.
And then after that, I think, like, you know, those 2 hours of just
So
silence.
this guy's a full orc, and he is
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
somehow struggling with his native language. This guy is
Love
just a
it.
dumb dude.
Love it. I think just those 2 hours of just, like, mindless, like, just, I start here, I know that as I finish, like, he starts to kind of feel a little more like himself again and heads back to the room.
I'll give you this as well. At some point during your little adventure,
Mhm.
you do get a reply without the need from Henri. After your silence, he comes back and says, "Your ignorance has granted you amnesty. However, your interference from this point on will have consequence.
I just continue to ignore them. Like,
So
Becca-
stay out of the way."
Becca has fully decided, like,
But the problem is, as you continue to ignore, the migraine doesn't quite go away. I do want you to give a wisdom save as well.
Yeah.
Stay out of the way, fuck tit. Fuck tit.
10.
Booba.
Fuck it.
What?
Okay, you barely make it.
Okay.
Eventually it grows
His
into
name's
background
Titties.
noise, and
Okay.
you just kind of distance your mind away from the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, when you're done for the night, you lull yourself into an exhausted sleep.
Okay, sounds good.
Real quick, let me go pee.
No.
Okay.
Just around for a reason.
You, you pooping?
He said pee.
You peeing?
He said pee.
Andrew told me once, he looked me dead in the face and said poop and pee are the same thing.
No. They come
It's
out
okay,
of
it's-
separate holes, as
I mean-
they should.
Have
Wait,
you ever
they're
seen?
supposed to come out of separate holes?
Have you ever seen them at the same time? No. So how do you know they're not the same thing?
What?
Have you ever seen buttholes and pee holes?
Poop and pee.
I always see them at the same time.
Always? You should probably
It'd
clean
be
your
so much
life.
more
I mean, it
convenient.
feels different. when
Actually, I
poop
definitely
versus
don't
when I
always
pee.
see them because I barely ever poop.
Listen, have you ever peed and pooped at the exact same time? I think not.
I always
That's
do.
what diarrhea is, right?
That's how you know it's different, because one makes you burn and one just hurts.
I can't poop without peeing.
That is true. My pee does make it burn.
What? This guy's got urinary tract infection.
Listen, I've
It's
slept.
an
I have
STI.
slept with some promiscuous women. Okay.
Oh.
No one believes
No,
you.
you haven't.
Go on,
No one
Pete.
believes you.
You've slept with yourself. You're not a promiscuous man.
Ah.
Yes, he is.
Rude.
Yes, she is.
Promiscuous women know when they're needed.
We're like, we've roleplayed with a lot of promiscuous women.
Do birds
I've
like
had,
constantly
I've
have
had
UTIs?
sex in my mind
It's
with
like
a lot of
Sean-
promiscuous women.
Hey,
It's like a
girl
girl
just haven't
showing.
had sex recently. This
Well,
never happened.
I also have. I
I
feel like I've
It's
had
not
sex with a lot of
stoned.
promiscuous women because of all the books that I read. Is that the same thing?
No. I don't read the same books you do.
Yeah, you'd be a lot happier if you did.
Yeah,
You
you
know, I'd
would.
be more
Period.
scarred. Andrew, continue.
Period.
Oh yeah, it's like like a girl showing up to a house knowing that she's totally into pegging, but the guy's into bestiality, and you're like, oh, I can't help
What?
you.
What is
Wait,
that
hold on,
like?
hold on, time out. Is pegging not specifically a thing that only happens to men, or is that just anal sex
No.
period?
No, it's happening to you, but she'd have to be like, okay, I'm down with this. I'm down with mounting this dude.
Oh, I'm saying, giving the
I'm
pegging.
not down
pursuit.
with
Yes.
hosting a donkey
Oh.
show.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Women can also peg.
Well,
Other-
I
other-
forget that. I
other
forget there's
women.
technically two paths.
You have to strap someone on. Well, I mean, a
Yeah.
dude could probably do that, but why would he? I guess.
Why not? Double, bruh.
Why are we going in
One
this
is
direction?
enough.
Hey, you whipped your dick out last session. Don't ask us, Mom.
It's true. It happened. It's canon.
Maybe
No,
stop whipping your
Only
dick.
characters can decide what's canon for their character.
Stop whipping it out when we say whip it out.
Mod whips out his penis. He's like, this is the canon for my character.
Oh!
Yeah. There it is.
Heyo!
That's why his name is
Now
Mom.
Listen,
I'm
we're
upset.
just we're just pointing out that again, canonically, Maud has a hog.
Oh,
You
no.
forget he's a changeling, so he can make it whatever size he wants.
Honestly, that's
Something else just
Can
shrinks.
you
like,
make it?
what?
Can you make it
A
large
little
next
bit,
time?
like it's
You
not-
know, honestly,
Weird.
now Maud
His
can
arm.
actually ask his partner what do they prefer, and he can give them what they want.
Like his
Yeah.
body proportions.
Because
have to
not
stay the
everybody
same.
wants a
Oh,
lead pipe. Some of
no.
them want the gherkin.
Some of them
Guys, I
want
think it's my
barbed
turn.
penises.
Yeah, some
Oh,
want
it's the
not.
Don't Trust Me music!
Yeah, it's my turn.
And did
Should we
anyone-
keep talking about this, Andrew?
Andrew, I want you to know I'm doing the bits because I wanted to lay the terrifying.
anyone
Thanks for the
notice-
bits, thanks for the
You're
bits,
new,
thanks for the
so I'm
bits.
giving you a pass.
Do you notice the O with the line through it?
What?
Do you
They,
notice
all of my O's. I've always had
that? Yeah. When you said that, I like looked at the
it. It's
TV.
always been there.
I was like, ooh.
Time for the
So is our villain.
Melody, in the middle of the night. This is way past any of the scenes that have happened here. The
I'm
dead
honk shoe,
of
honk
night.
shoe, honk shoe.
You get a jolt in your brain, like someone's trying to connect with you via spell. You hear Amba. With Hayes' voice as timbre, but just not the same accent. It's a matching native verse you hear. We need to talk.
It is like a sending spell.
Yes.
I'm assuming? Okay.
Not even sending, just message. It's close enough.
Oh yeah, I guess.
It's Mary.
I know. He's an alpha. When and where?
I'm gonna wait until the chaos stops.
Carl's juggling over there.
Really
When and
bad
where?
at it.
I'm running out of time. As soon as you can.
Do I know where Alpha is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to where he is.
Okay. You walk out of your room here and you feel this chill in the back of your mind. You feel, for just an instant, a memory that you've never experienced kind of hits you like a shotgun blast all over the different cells in your brain. Like, this voice, why don't I know it? But you know why you don't know it, but it's still just as unsettling.
sounds weirdly like a Thin Mint
I'm
ride.
gonna turn on the Gintama music.
No.
No.
No, it's fine.
No.
Yeah.
I put it down. No.
No, do it. Finish up.
open
started your
it
Sims
to the
and it-
Gintama track.
Damn.
Yo.
There we go. It's open.
Thank you.
And you make your way over.
Okay. I'll just knock, I guess.
You knock on the door. There's no response. The door's not locked.
Okay. I'm gonna say, if I see something traumatizing, I'm calling the authorities. And I'll open the door. I don't know, he could have like his pee-pee out or something. I don't know what's going on.
Mod's in there too.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Marge
that's
in the
what
corner.
That's definitely he's just whacking it.
Mod and Amar, and they're just railing each other.
They invited me to join.
Alright.
It's already a threesome because Match is involved.
No.
I will, just for the sake of Kayla and this being kind of a part of her arc, ask if all of you all could just be serious for this next
Yes.
few minutes.
Yes.
I
Yes, we can.
appreciate you all. You walk in, and Amba is standing there with his helmet on, just kind of facing his bed, looking down. And he hears the door open, and you shut it behind him. And you walk forward in this moment here, and as he hears you, his head pokes up, and kind of in a robotic fashion, as though his limbs aren't quite moving in a way that a human's would.
Okay.
Turns and faces you, and you see his hands kind of quiver up to his head, pull the mask off. You see the face of your childhood friend, and they open up with eyes that don't match. You see these deep green, dirty, muddied irises that open up at you and they pierce you as though you're staring at your friend, but you've never seen this person a day in your life. It's a little haunting.
Okay.
They stand about in front of you here. I don't have long. Where do I begin? Questions? Okay. I know only what I've seen from Mama in the past couple days. I need caught up. I've met Meloda. You've come in contact with Cloden, right?
Yes.
How is he?
I mean, when we left him, he was fine. He's goofy, I guess.
Any news?
From him lately?
Yeah.
I think so.
No. So if you have met Cloden, then you've met my sword. Do you understand just what's happening with me?
We were erased.
Crux of it. I'm taking precautions. Right now, you're the only one I can trust.
Why me?
Because before, recently, Merrick was the only one I could trust. And that's just the one who's talking now. The real me, I have no idea what he's thinking. I've been disconnected with him for months.
So you're split, like
Yeah.
how we
Oh
were.
yeah, I'm an avatar.
Okay.
I'm a silhouette. Always have been. Well, I'm the remnants. I've given the majority of me to Merrick to, well, break his... What's the word? The formula, but there's remnants. I'm here for a limited time, and I'm losing it. Dahlia, how is she?
We haven't talked to her in a while.
You talked to her.
Yes, we
How
met
did you
her.
talk to her? How is she?
We saw her in person.
Okay, I need more. I need to know.
It's been a few weeks.
Cool. Please, I need something.
She was okay. She's safe.
You
I don't
saved her.
remember where I left her.
Oh, I don't remember.
We left her to
Fuzzy
place
took her away.
we Fauna I'm not gonna say Fauna. I'm not gonna say Fauna. A friend took her somewhere safe.
She's not with the Moon Lanterns.
No.
Perfect. And of course you've met Merrick. I hope that reunion's been worth it.
At the beginning it was a little rough, but it's
Really?
better now.
I really hope hope it's worth it for the time you have.
What does that mean?
You mean one more? One more question.
Okay.
The voice, the super converter. I'm assuming if you've encountered me in there, you've had some connection. What's the condition of the super converter?
We turned it off.
You did?
Yes.
You turned off the super converter.
We did.
Hardly wasting time, but how?
I don't know how to explain it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I was not the brains of that operation.
My time, it's fine. That means the atrocities that I created can't continue.
What is it that you created?
My operation.
You don't want it to continue.
I made the voice. I recreated Vicebrig's supercomputer. That was my role in this. I reprogrammed and I created the formula.
And what was the point of that? Why?
For the sake of the moon lanterns. For rebuilding this world.
But it clearly didn't go the way you thought it was going to.
Of course not. No. Why would it? It's over my head. It's... God, I hope it's burned. I hope it all burnt down.
No. I mean, power.
You are the key.
Me?
I'm running out of time. You are the key.
What does that mean?
You're not the key. But you, of all people, have to make it back.
Okay. What's going on with Merrick? Why do you say our time is limited?
If anyone, you're the only person that needs to make it back. Because you don't need to see what happens.
You're behind the door, aren't you? Your real body.
I am. And I can't talk anymore about it now.
Okay.
Not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust where I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know what's going on.
We're underground in a cruise ship.
It doesn't matter. I don't know who's listening. But here's this. Merrick is dead.
What? What do you mean?
The moment he surrendered himself to us, he's been dead. He's Amba. Do you know, you were down in the facility, you know anything about Shun Thy Neighbor, the incident that happened with the 100,000 citizens, way back.
I mean, yes.
Okay, I can run over it. Okay, the first OD, you know about OD, the origin defectors, 01. He, the Shunner, took a hold of 100,000 citizens across the Americas. Had them all kill their next door neighbors at the same exact time in synchronous moments, with only a select few crossing marks across their bodies, reading "Shun Thy Neighbor." This moment was the biggest fear in the Red Wire's history. Showed them that they weren't in power. It's one of the reasons why we perfected the superconverter. We revitalized the technology. I revitalized the voice. I made this formula perfect. Because 01 OD had an ability to scar. He could control you while he was in you, but he left a mark while he was out of you. A scar. He cut into you. He left a mark that couldn't be healed. A scar. And I perfected that scar.
You did that to Merrick.
You broke the formula. And I did it for your sake. Merrick, Amba deserved more human days to protect the ones he loved. The terminal knows of the contingency. The scar I left. He knows that if he reminds Merrick of this scar, if he knows that Amba knows of this scar, it'll change him.
Is there a way to get rid of it?
The scar? How do you cure a scar? You tell me.
Plastic surgery.
You're as funny as when I met you. You know that, right?
No, I don't, because you erased yourself from my memory.
Give me time.
Well, you can tell me all about it when I see you at the door.
See me sooner. But one more thing.
This you or real you?
I need you to promise promise me this. Keep Merrick from this information. He can't know he's scarred. He can't know that I've done this to him. He can't know that with just a drop of a word, that Terminal can turn him against you again.
Okay.
With even more malice, no humanity whatsoever. Not a drop. A drone. A killing machine. The weapon that he holds on his right arm could doom us. Even without the Orits, the defectors, he's created something truly nightmarish. And it's only his humanity that's keeping at bay. You can't even let him know that there's an idea crawling within the roots around him. Because if he puts that thought together, you're doomed. But he'll lead you to the capital. He'll lead you to Terminal. And when you find Terminal, you'll find the gateway back. You possess the key to get back. And when you get back, you'll find me. One of my subordinates has received the second key. Someone I trust. Someone I spent time with. Will give it to you. And will help you unlock the way. I only pray that you don't see what happens to him before it does. Give him that mercy, and hopefully he does the same to you.
Oh.
Hold on. And you see gyrations in his joints, twitches in his eyes, looks that twitch about. I'm out. Out of time. Let me give one more thing to you. I think I can. And at this moment, he dives at you,
Ah.
jumps, and almost tackles you to the ground. In fact, let's go for the sake of it. It does. Knocks you onto the bed with a moment of, is this my friend embracing me or someone attacking me? And you feel this rush, this boom over your head here. And you find yourself not in your own body,
Ugh. Groovy.
but in the mind of you from years back.
Ooh. I don't like that, Harp.
Ah.
That shouldn't have happened.
Memories are blue.
I like blue.
Ugh.
You.
No, they're sepia toned. Exactly.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad movie.
It's all just a little yellow.
You're sitting in an alleyway, dispatched from remembering the last time you've seen your friend. Remember the events that happened at the time. You dispatched, you knew that he was involved in a scheme that was going to help you escape and you would take the fall for it. And a slight guilt has sat on you ever since. Should I have stayed and helped him escape? At least gone down together? Is he alive? Did he become estranged from there? You haven't seen him since. These moments linger as you hang back out in your dwelling, this squabble area of pale grass that you've known to be your home since now. And as you sit about, you notice a figure standing in the alleyway leading into the crawl space that you've found shelter into. A figure standing there, disheveled hair, hardened stubble, and this long gray trench coat with this uniform. He stands there in front of you, holding a radio. As he looks about the area here, stares about. Strangers aren't normally welcome here. What do you do?
I'm gonna say, trust me, you don't want to beg here.
He looks at you and he gives a faint smile.
What, did I say something funny?
No, it's just I'm not used to getting such accurate information.
People normally lie to you?
That's not an understatement.
Okay.
Freya,
Yes. How did you know that?
you don't know me,
Yeah.
but I have to deliver a message to you.
Okay.
Can we sit down?
I mean, are
And you
you?
notice, as you're holding this radio, it's the radio of your friend.
Mm.
Who missing for days now. I've got some bad news.
Where did you find that?
Sit down, please.
Okay, and she'll like sit, but I'm also gonna like pull out like a little like pocket knife. That's probably the best that she has at this point.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, do I get to use my current stats?
Do base stats. You're not a soldier at this time.
Okay,
Just roll
that's
a.
valid. Well, I rolled a 19
Just
anyway,
roll
so.
a base. Oh, 19. That's not bad.
Because right now I have +7 to intimidation.
Nice.
Either way, 19's not.
Just a second.
Get a little princess on you.
Mm-hmm. She's doing so big.
She's cleaning her little tail.
Yeah, it's because she's gay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking something up.
Well, she has no other choice. The other two cats are gay for each other. She has no
Can
option.
you grab me one as well, please?
No, they're mine.
Rough, buddy.
You want to sniff? Oh, yeah.
Don't let her sniff the chocolate. She's already a crack mouth.
I'm just letting her sniff. Crack mouth.
Yeah, she ain't got no teeth.
She does.
No, she doesn't.
No, I saw.
She's missing all her front teeth.
Not all of them.
I saw teeth.
Oh, she has no front teeth. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, here. I can lay what I have down in front of you. I'm a citizen here just like you.
Okay.
And as he's talking here, I want you to make it just a history check for me.
Boy.
I suggested just flat d20.
That's another 19.
You've heard this voice before.
You sound familiar.
Well, if you listen to this radio, I wouldn't blame you.
Are you like a celebrity or something? And you just like steal radios from teenage boys on the street?
It's a hobby. Okay.
Stealing from teenage boys on the street?
Well, you put it that way. It's a little cringy.
Oh, you mean the podcasting?
I wouldn't call it podcasting, okay? The radio is a dying art that I'm keeping alive, and it's never mind. I've lived here my whole life. I don't know if you have as well, but us residents here kind of try to live within our grief. Make that a connected thought, you know?
Sure.
Sit down.
Okay, I'm really slowly sitting on my story.
He sits down.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Better be.
Quiet down. Do you know what I like about dying flames?
No?
Is that a flame never gives up. It burns until it has nothing left to burn. Vibrant, powerful, dangerous. Until the simplest wind can kill it. The fire never gives up. Never.
It's really dark. What's your point?
Why is it dark?
Why is it dark? So you can fight and fight and fight and just be blown out in a gentle breeze? Like,
So would you rather have given up on your own terms?
I mean, I just kind of want to know what this has to do with the radio.
You see
You're just waxing poetically.
You see
in
the
the
guy
street.
kind of grunts his face. An old habit of
Bards.
mine. I have a hard time of putting things into words, so I put them into stories.
I guess I can get that. And she'll like adjust her guitar steps.
Yeah,
Strap a little bit.
you do play music. You know, for someone that's taught radio for so long, I've never really liked music. Music was always so ephemeral. Always just a spur of the moment. It had an end. It gave me a thought, but that thought never lasted. But if a fire continues to receive fuel, it'll burn forever. I like to see people like us as flames. if we have something that burns for us, well, we'll never die, in a sense. Which is why I'm hesitant in talking to you today. I want to believe you're a flame stronger than the wind that I bring. Do you think you are?
I mean, I've already survived plenty, so I like to think that I'm strong, but I don't know you, and you're standing here with my missing friend's radio, and I kind of want to kick you in the shin. So I can't really say anything for sure.
I'm here to deliver a message. You see this pain look on his face, like this kind of isn't how he likes to communicate. Merrick Finn, this was his, right?
Yes.
He's a friend of mine too. Just recently, actually, he fell into a crowd of bad people, of people that made him do things against his will, and despite such, his flame always stayed lit. Until recently. Freya, I want you to have this. Place is in front of you.
Take it.
Whether this blows you out or not, I at least want closure with the people he loved, with the people he respected. The Merrick Finn you know. You're never going to see him again.
I don't believe you.
That's good. It means your flame was stronger than his. He talked about you a lot. Enough for me to know where to find you.
Well, do you want to give a hint on where I can find him? Of course not.
You heard me, right?
I did, but I don't know you. You could be just some dude. You could have just found that. I don't need to believe you. I don't just
But you do, don't you?
believe random things. No, I don't.
Make an insight check.
Do you need to make an insight check?
Why would I need to make an inside check?
I was gonna say, Matt, you didn't make a persuasion check.
Mine's really bad.
As
That
he
was a
knows the fate.
That was a 4.
And it's, oh.
Yeah, we're not using my stats, so
I mean, they seem authentic.
with my 4,
It seems like he's telling the truth.
she's choosing not to believe him. She's in denial.
I want to move on. I made a promise. Where Merrick failed, you will succeed. And in this instance, you hear him turn on the radio. He places it on the ground in front of you. I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit. Okay. Spread to get 19.
I don't know what it was on the ground.
As this sound hits you, a hint of familiarity collides with you as long as a massive migraine as you hear this signal wave that kind of collides with how your brain waves work. You kind of taken aback, but you kind of stand there still. You're gonna listen to me now. You're gonna forget what I say. And you're gonna do what I need you to do when the time comes.
Who are you?
The world, as you know it, is ending. But you can help that. While Merrick failed, you can succeed. But I need you to just sit back and listen to me, okay? Make another one.
9.
9. As this hits you here, your vision suddenly clouds over here, and you double back and you fall to the ground.
Why are you doing this?
Because it was his last wish.
To give me a headache?
No. To help you save us.
I don't save people. I fucking play guitar on the side of the road.
Whatever happens before you now will subside soon. My name is Match. I run an association known as the Moon Lanterns. The group of us hell-bent on turning the two powers of this world against each other. We will see the world burn. Deaths of millions. And the rebirth of things that will create something so much more beautiful, but it's more than that. I've unleashed something dark. I've unleashed something despicable, something confused, something otherworldly, something beyond our comprehension, something that doesn't belong here. And that wasn't my plan. Something's wrong with me. I possess a curse. And if I continue to hate these people, no new world will be reborn. We'll see something much darker, much more corrupt, much more sinister, and it scares me, and it makes me the enemy, and it makes you, and the friends you're going to make soon, the people that put this to justice. So you're going to take this radio. You're gonna find the remnants of your friend. He's gonna save you and hopefully bring you to where you need to be. And you're gonna find me and put me to justice. Because by the time, hopefully, by the time all of this passes, by the time the destruction that wakes before passes, we'll be in a better place. And we can fix this together, okay? Turns up the knob of this, and it turns up even louder. And he begins to walk away. I don't know much now, but I promise you this is for the best. It's for the best of you now. But the two of us, well, that you don't trust me. Just like that, the Sage clouds away into static and completely encapsulates you. And melts into a vision of your friend holding you, laying over you, your bedside. Asleep. No, completely passed out.
I'm just crushed under this man. Like,
And suddenly those memories of you reclaiming your radio overlap the ones of you finding them in that state. And suddenly, you're, like I said, holding a completely unconscious person. What do you do?
I'm gonna, and he has his helmet off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him a wet willy in his ear a little bit to wake him up, and I'm gonna say, Mayor, you're crushing me.
He doesn't wake up.
Merrick. Poke him.
Make an athletics check.
Okay, I'm good at that. I'm strong.
This dude's dead as hell.
No, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think I have. Nope, that was Ayana. I do not have that feat actually. Oops.
Why are you looking at Naona?
I wasn't. No, I thought that I had lucky. I do not. Ayana had lucky. That's still 12. It's not bad. I'm a plus 10 athletics.
The most nice you're able to get him off of you.
Eric.
He seems like he's in a real deep sleep. I mean, you can check to wake someone up.
I don't know.
Just depends on how you're going about it.
A tickle check.
Like if you're going for like some fine tuning, some tickler, maybe a sleight of hand.
Yeah, how do you want to wake him up?
I think I'm just gonna let him sleep.
Okay. As you roll him over onto the bed this is his room he's in. You roll him onto it and he lays there and his eyes are slightly ajar. It's great, a little jarring, but his eyes aren't that dark green anymore. They're back to his nice deep brown that they were before.
I want to just like stroke his cheek in his sleep, and I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
Reflexively, a hand meets yours.
Sweet baby.
And then it falls back to the bed.
He's not dead. He's not dead.
Alright.
Oy.
You going to bed for the night? Or are you?
I was kind of thinking about waking people up.
You do what you want to.
I mean, I'm definitely still just like leaned up, like facing the front door, just with a bow in my hand. Just.
Why are you like this?
I mean, I'm tossing and turning every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I guess everybody's already not sleeping. I'm just gonna go and walk by every door and open them, and I'm gonna go, family meeting.
No family.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Chismar. You can come or not.
I'm assuming you're knocking to the point where you know everyone's up, so we don't have to do checks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna make sure everybody's up.
Say you see when you come to Ember's door, you see a little fiery kitty paw coming through the door.
Just bat at my feet.
And Ember's just like,
guys, come to my room.
Is there coffee in this place?
No. Well, probably, but it's like
I'm asking God if there's coffee.
it's like 2 in the morning.
You know there is
no
every sort
God.
of accoutrement here.
Cool.
There's cocaine if you need it.
Oh.
There's a lot
No
of
more
drugs.
cocaine.
Don't need that
No, I
for
think he
50.
already did all the cocaine.
I'll be in there in a minute. I come in a little bit later with just a fresh cup of coffee.
I definitely thought you were gonna say more coke.
The coke is
Definitely a
somewhere
cup of
else. It's not in the
cocaine.
coffee. You gotta balance this. Listen, I need to teach y'all how doing drugs work. You don't do them consistent. That's how you develop the addiction.
Just in case any children ever watch this, no. We're gonna be way bigger trouble.
Sure,
Drugs
any
are bad,
adults
okay?
will ever watch this. This is just, I don't have, it's archive stuff. Could happen.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
come
know. Our
in your,
kids find a lot of my embarrassing shit.
I'll
so.
come in your room and I'll just.
If some kids
Cuddle in your
listen to
bed.
how you talk to people in this campaign, I'd pay, like,
I
let
would
me just
take
get
it,
I
Kai
don't
on.
believe
Let me
it.
just go find Kai and say, hey, here's a whole series of Kayla saying absurd shit.
See, Kai would hear the way I talk, and this would not be a surprise for even 5 seconds.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I come in and I just lay on her bed. Just.
I was saying, I said that
Boom.
first.
Cuddle puddle.
I'm closest to the wall.
I just.
I get
lay
in there
there
first because I'm
just
right across the wall.
holding my
Perfect.
bow across my chest, still with an arrow knocked.
Ember's holding her cat.
Everyone's really tired. These guys were already not having a good night's sleep.
Well, now they're
I
awake.
just got coffee on a little saucer. So what's this
Like you're
about?
lapping it up.
I talked to Match.
Point of order.
What?
Who's Match?
Oh, do we have to catch you up on everything, Chisholm?
Well, considering I've been part of this group for a grand total of like a week,
Like
yes.
3 days. Yeah.
I'm a little behind. I'm sorry.
Is John listen to Dante's recap?
A little behind.
He's some
You
guy
got a
that
little
was
butt.
important to tell them that they forgot.
Fair enough. That's good enough. Continue.
You got a little butt.
So just eyes closed, laying on the
But
bed,
like a
and
big
just
floofy tail.
says that.
Got one of those bobcat tails.
Yeah, a little butt. Okay.
I do feel sad that only 2 people would respond to that with any sort of question. These guys are like, I don't give a fuck, is that it?
Yeah, that's fully his answer. Just some guy, some important
you
guy
know
to
who
match.
Match is, but
They've talked.
you know,
I feel
well,
like-
you also as a breakup would know who the
Oh,
lantern
yeah,
is.
that's
You know who Match is.
Well,
I mean, to the best that your memory can help you with it being severed and all that.
so was your thing also in a dream, or like you actually talked?
Oh no, I actually talked to him. He was inside of Merrick's head. Still.
Well, didn't we know he was already in there?
Well, yeah, but he was like tapping back through again. He said it's his silhouette version that was talking to me. He said that we have to get to him. That Merrick is going to take me there, and that I have to get it back because I'm a key or something. And he's really, really cagey. And also, I'm intentionally not mentioning anything about his
The scar?
frickin' soldier, winter soldier shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep on that for a minute.
Smart.
Because I feel like that'll be a really quick way for Beckett to
Someone
be like,
to
yeah,
randomly say some shit.
we need him to not be with us anymore.
I appreciate Don just being like, yeah,
There's
that's
too many people that have like controlling allegiances in their brain right now.
Yeah.
Fuck
We
you.
need to clear some of that up, right?
Yeah,
You're wrong,
including
though.
We
both
got
of
we
you
got a
agreeing.
dude that can make things silent and that talks to him in his sleep.
Was he silent?
We got a thing that fucking tells him to kill random shit.
And like
One
eat
time.
And then you
sand.
guys go to like
One
some
time.
random place
Yeah,
with a
but-
person.
I mean,
Every-
that's fine.
like
There's
when
a
you go to
bouncy
sleep.
castle and ice cream.
Okay. Anyway.
For what it's worth, this is really good coffee.
He just wants the lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Okay, but
So
and so he said
Okay.
we need to go there, and then he like
where is there?
Well, I think he is back in Palegrass where we started.
Okay, so you said something about a key.
Yeah, he said that I'm the key.
So, okay,
Is
that's
that
kind
not
of
what he
fucking
said?
weird.
That's what he said. He said you're a key,
Cause
not
like,
the key. You're a key. But I mean, okay, but he can also
I was
say
like,
that
what?
somebody's gonna give me a literal key.
oh.
He said he's granting the key to the door to a
Yeah.
compatriot of his, someone
Okay.
someone close to him.
At the Capitol, right?
He didn't say anything at the Capitol.
He just said
Well,
whenever you
crap.
get back.
I was
Yes.
like,
He said when
Like,
you get
This
He's
whole
back.
time,
smoking the
Nicholas
dope
has just
too.
been trying to give us the key.
He's like, God, stop running. This is
Yeah.
paying my ass.
So
I'm on your team.
I tried to
Somebody
chase him
fuck
that one
me,
time.
Except for Maud, fuck that guy.
Fuck that whore.
there's gonna be one changeling, and it's gonna be Matt.
Oh, do you know who Nameless is?
Vaguely.
Another one of these antagonists.
He's just some dude that can change.
it's just
shit.
mods.
Just a really rough changeling.
He's not fun.
So, okay, so back to conversation. Because I want to talk about my thing, because I think it ties into your thing.
Okay.
So, remember like how, well, I was going to say you guys, but honestly, right now it's just you two. You guys like saw, we went to that wall or whatever, and you guys were like, oh, like having a moment of nostalgia or whatever.
Yeah, where
and
the blood.
you were
stuff
like,
was.
yeah, it's gone or whatever.
Yeah, I
Because
think-
I hadn't been ever. I had a dream about that, and there was a door.
There's a door.
And then it said, "Don't trust me in blood,"
Mm-hmm.
and there was a line through the O.
Yeah, that's what we saw. I think that's where Match is.
Well, there was a handle on this door in my dream,
Was
but
there
there
like a keyhole?
there wasn't. I don't know.
You guys remember from all the 2 times that you've been in this room, it's
It
been a
doesn't.
door that had no handle on it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like lucid dream and open it up to see what was behind it, but then I like stressed myself out too much and I woke up, and I've literally just been laying there this whole time.
Well, he told me that Mare would take us to where we need to go, and I would meet up with someone that he trusts, and he would give me a key. And
I've
he's-
also been hearing the static.
I kind of am wondering if that was because Match was like tapping in, I
You
don't know.
don't think that this is all that nameless guy? Considering he can change shape and also change his voice.
No,
That's not
I
at
don't-
all.
But I mean, Amba has
The
like his
discussion.
arm. Like changelings can't. Like Mod can't change his arm.
Well, it adapts to his
I mean, he
change
can,
form,
though,
but no
but
matter
my-
what, it's an MAD. You can't
Yeah.
get rid of the fact that it's an MAD.
Yeah.
Right.
And you
but
guys
my-
know, unless Nameless got clever and cut one of his arms off,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
doesn't have an MAD.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nameless.
It's like the only thing keeping this guy on the roster from not being suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
I don't think it was nameless.
We haven't seen that guy in fucking forever.
Yeah, that doesn't concern you?
No, I mean it definitely does.
I mean, we're also on another continent.
Yeah, he's probably running around wreaking havoc.
I mean, the
I
last.
don't think like whoever, if he has a boss, would pay to send him over here, just to come after
From the
us.
sounds of it, he doesn't really follow any rules.
You guys did kind of determine at some point he's really doesn't have too many allegiance. He was just kind
No.
of.
Yeah.
Well, also the last time that I picked up on him being around was, I mean, literally right before we came over here.
Oh, he turned that army on you guys.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly not a fan of Omba, so
Yeah.
if he could find his chance to take out Omba and then also get you guys to go exactly where he wants to.
It just feels like so long ago. I'm sorry. It's been like the longest week ever, guys. It feels like literally like months ago. It's crazy.
Been over a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like a year ago. See, like
Literally.
that was CJ forgetting that we saw him before we came over here.
You don't remember that he's the whole reason
Yeah.
that
When
guys
you
got
said
sent to
that,
Malik?
when you
Yeah.
said that, I was like, oh yeah, we saw him in that crowd, and then those people started firing us, and then Amba was like, get under my bat wing, and then we like
Get under my back.
and then we disappeared.
That's exactly what happened.
He says, "Get in my belly."
I totally forgot.
belly.
I totally forgot. So that was me as a player. Yeah, no, that's you guys got some pretty solid points.
Yeah,
I forgot that happened.
he also
Crazy.
showed me
It's
how
been a long night.
he showed me how we met,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently,
Like you and Match met.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, because he made some like comment like, "Oh, you're so funny, just like always from when we met," and I was like, "Bitch, I don't even know you. I don't remember how we met." And then he was like, he like jumped on me and like grabbed my face.
You punch him?
No, because I was so caught off guard because some dude was jumping on me. I don't know.
That's predatory behavior. We
Should
can't
stab
support
him.
it.
I probably would have stabbed him if I were
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I
well,
would
I didn't.
too.
I mean, I would just walked over there. I don't know, but anyway, he just grabbed my head and he was like with the static, and he like released my memory of when I met him, and I had thought when Mayor left that I walked in and saw his radio on just to the static, right? Like that's what I remembered. But apparently no. Apparently he had been missing for a while, and Match brought me his radio, and he was like, "You're a key. You should go save."
You should
But the
even
hand
say
motions
you're
and
a
everything.
cutie.
I went,
You
"You're a
should-
You're a cutie.
Real glad I'm on camera.
You're a cutie.
And so we can.
I could totally see Match doing that.
How old is
How?
How old is Match?
That
How old
fucking
is
guy.
Match?
The guy looked like he's in his early 30s.
How old does he look now?
We haven't seen him.
I mean, it's been a little bit.
Oh, but it hasn't been that long.
No, this has all happened over a couple, like maybe half a year. Like that would have happened. Like you would have probably gone and joined the Legion since then.
Almost,
and then
yeah,
talked.
almost immediately afterwards.
I just
Yeah.
wondering if there was gonna be some like, oh, he looks like he's 60 now. Like there's something.
So-
weird going.
And so we trust that this guy who can clearly change our memories is on our side.
My dream was
I
literally don't
think-
trust me. I don't.
I think. Well,
I don't know who to
I
trust
think-
now.
Do.
Play the music.
so what he told me in my original memory was that he was trying to basically have a revolution, from what I understand, and then he let something free by mistake that he needs help fixing. And for some reason he thinks that I can help me and the friends I'm gonna make, which felt really sketchy.
Did he say anything
So
that
us.
wasn't
I'm
cryptic?
assuming
He's talking about
no.
us.
He was so cryptic, and past Melody was very annoyed by that, and then present Melody is more used to it.
You'd think the fucker would learn to just be straightforward.
No, he's a
Does it
storyteller.
not come off as paranoid to you guys? What? He's contacting you through like 8 layers of encryption.
Right.
Yeah.
But he could just be straightforward.
He's scared that someone's gonna figure where he is.
But
It's not
either
gonna
way,
be us.
either way, I know exactly
Never
where
fucking
he
be
is.
you guys.
I know exactly
I
where he
wasted
is.
so much of my life on you.
Where is he then?
Wasted.
He's behind the
Time
wall
enjoyed is
What
time
wall?
in Palgrass.
The door.
You're being mod right now.
In
Just saying, the
Mississippi.
thing of my arm
Okay.
is fucking with me.
Alright. So try to
No.
Throw my arm off and throw it
Don't-
over there.
The wall from Ember Stream.
Alright, so I just need team. I need a quick 30 here,
The thing in my
Just
arm
to-
talks to me.
just to make
I
sure.
took off for fun.
Quick 30 just to make sure I'm understanding and tracking logically. So
We're due for a break soon. If
There's-
you guys want to reconvene.
there's some shit. We can take a break in a second. There's
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah, God.
He's
Stop.
dead asleep. That guy is not involved in this
Yeah, he's
conversation,
dead.
by the way.
Let me. So so I understand grasp of timeline situations here. There's a wall.
It's a door.
Whatever.
It was the wall that was written on. but
It's
the
a
door's
wall
next
now.
to
Door.
it.
There's a door wall. A doll.
Might as well be
That-
a wall because there's no handle.
Fair enough.
There was in my dream.
Fair
But there
enough.
was an Ember Stream.
Okay, let's.
I never said we're on a trip.
Everyone, let me continue for 5 goddamn seconds.
I fully closed my eyes and I'm trying to just go back to sleep just like this is aggravating
So-
as hell.
It works. Everybody, me too. So, wall door, something there. Impale grass.
Cyrus
We
comes
think
over and
guy
says,
behind wall door, impale grass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need. We can take a break now.
Oh, okay.
I just
Have
wanted
we-
clarification.
Let me finish my sentence.
Well, no. In fact, I specifically asked him, "Are you behind the door?" And he said yes.
Oh.
Does just want to
That's
even
big
like have,
confirmation.
Yep.
have we
Well,
explained?
I mean, it was
I was
implied
waiting
before,
for her
but
to
that's
say
complete
it. I was waiting for her
confirmation.
to say it.
Now, I
mean,
will
explain
say
the-
I don't know because the version that I spoke to was his silhouette self. He said he has not been connected with his full self in a while. So he said he has no idea what his full self is out fucking around doing.
What if? So what
Fuck
if
guys.
Match is in Amba and Merrick is in Match?
Or what if he's nameless and trying to get us to go to
Cause fuck it, why not?
He
Right?
has a point. I think. I
You
don't
think
know
I
the
would
fuck I decided.
You think
I don't know any of this.
You think I would seriously burn you with Nameless again?
yes.
I would.
100%.
Actually,
Yes, God.
100%.
What's this campaign called again?
Exactly. Don't
Yeah,
trust
bitch.
Andrew.
Black dress.
You hear that epic moment I ended that scene on? I'm trying.
To be fair, he didn't use Nameless's theme.
I have a theme for Nameless.
That's true.
Shut
You
up.
anime
I've
ass
used it for
motherfucker.
years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Okay,
I
so-
picked up
Hold
on
on.
that.
Yeah, can you play it so I know
play
it?
it? Yeah, let me play
Yeah,
it.
the one time I've seen Nameless
So when you
in your
play it
episode,
later
I
this
figured that out.
session to
I'm
burn
not
us,
gonna- Yeah, when I play it.
then I'll know.
I play it all the time. I made it during the second arc.
Is it the Don't Trust Me music?
No, it's its own theme that I made.
Yeah.
I probably heard it and just didn't know it was. Okay.
You know this guy? Or
And
he
he's
just
playing,
nodding?
and he's playing it right now. So like,
Oh fuck! He's in this room. I look immediately to Maud.
Melody stabs you in the chest.
Maud's face starts changing.
Oh no. I like to think that sometimes like Maud would like change his face just to fuck with us.
Now, Maud has worked too hard to get people's trust. To fucking jeopardize
It's
it
so
like
he can
that.
fuck us over. Okay, yeah, like the
You do
humming.
recognize
The
this
humming,
now.
yes.
Okay.
It's kind of similar to the Don't Trust Me, but like it's like, yeah.
Well, it's made by the same dude that has 2 brain cells to his name.
I mean,
so it's
fair.
probably gonna
I'm
be a
just
little
saying.
similar.
I'm just saying. Like, I like the fact that they're similar. Because I feel like the
you got some recurring motifs within
Yeah.
your soundtrack.
Doom, doom, doom.
Also, it's the key to some good storytelling.
yeah, like you can
Leitmotifs
tell when we're being
are
serious.
brilliant.
Like we can tell when there's like
True.
a cue for being serious, and then there's a cue for like.
Yeah,
us
you know
just
when you're on track when you hear
fucking around.
this. Alright, let's take a break.
You can't take me. I ain't taking shit.
I'm not taking that shit.
Maybe it's just me.
It upsets me. I have a barrier to this cat and I'm upset by it.
Dante, I was there until almost 5:45 because our fucking kids wouldn't leave.
Tell them to leave.
No, I was literally
You're
like,
too nice.
I was literally like, guys, get out. I was like, go. And then I walked back into the classroom and I said, wow, look at all the stuff that's in the classroom. Get your stuff. And they said, okay, Miss Morning, sorry. And I said, turn off the lights when you're done. And then I walked back and I went back in. I was like, wow, Jay, look, I have your phone.
Wow, your kids don't respect the whole
Also
get
that
the fuck
picture
out as much as my kids respect it.
Well, to be
I
fair,
told my debate kids I'm fucking leaving, and they pack up their shit immediately.
yeah, they were trying to pack up, but their
Yeah.
stuff was all over the
Yeah,
stage.
when they sent that, I was like, you did not do that today.
Yes, we
Tell my
we
kids.
absolutely
I'm
did.
I'm like, oh my god.
They were like, I want to do it now. This is my time to do it. I'm like,
No, I did.
Christ.
I did yell at Elise and
CJ's
Micah
fine.
though, Fulton,
Good.
because I was walking with Nash down the hallway, and they were walking behind me, and I could hear feet
I need to fix my
like
shirt.
running and yelling, and I turn, and we all turn, and I see,
Kyle, don't look at my butt.
and I go,
What?
now I
Don't look at
know
my-
my
I
kids
just
are
looked at
running
your
in the
butt, damn it.
hallways, and they stopped, and I said, get wherever you're supposed to be. Don't embarrass me.
I want to just like shadow you for a day and just see you
I'm not normally that mean.
as
but-
Mrs. Horning.
I-
Yeah, Kate wants to talk to us tomorrow because she said she thinks Maddie wants to quit the show.
Why?
How did that conversation go? Bad?
It was fine.
Oh, I'm gonna call Quick
She-
Trip.
I was talking to her a
See if
little
we
bit,
turn in my
Oh.
card.
and she was like, I didn't mean that, like
When
I was
did you
gonna
realize
ignore
that you
her. It's
didn't
just
have
like,
it?
When I got here.
if she's on this side,
So,
I
like,
literally
is it-
can't hear her.
Do you want to take the chance
And
to
like
like go look
sometimes
in
if
your
it's like
car and
turning
see if,
on or
like,
off
That would
mic,
be good, too.
I might
Yeah,
ignore her because
that'd be
like
cool.
I know like when they're coming on and
I
off.
am gonna call them still though.
It's like, well, you need to talk to her about that and
I
explain that
thought
to
for
her
a second
because
you were gonna say, I'm
the
gonna
way
try
it
to
came
find my
off
debit
was
card,
you were
see if
kind of
it's
being a
okay.
dick. She's like, oh, I didn't really mean it like that. I'm like, yeah, so talk to her about it. Like,
Yeah,
The
to
thing I
say,
really-
I'm gonna ignore you.
The thing I really love about that interaction is it speaks to the flaw Kate has that I literally talked to her about today when she asked me what is her flaw, which is she makes too rapid assumptions off of too
Oh,
little
well,
information.
this is, I mean, Maddie does come across like
Oh, yeah, I know. No, I know.
and I fully said like, you
Yeah.
probably came across as a dick, and I like actually said as a dick.
No, like 100%. Well, she told Lauren when she was stage managing, oh, don't worry, I was just ignoring you. So, like, I can see
Yeah.
how that
Yeah.
would be.
No,
And
like my broader point is, yeah, I know. So like I know how Maddie probably came off. I like it's the whole thing of like, yeah, Maddie can come off as an absolute ass.
I would see that as a tongue-in-cheek thing, though.
Yeah.
oh,
mean-
no, she is a
This
brat.
is just an ass.
Oh yeah, no, Maddie can be a bit of a brat.
No, so she's deaf on one side, and she was talking about how she turns off her hearing aids sometimes to ignore people. And I said, Maddie, I better never catch you turning off your hearing aid for me. She goes, I've already done it. I was like,
Yeah, no,
That's a funny thing to say.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's a lot, but she's also very sensitive at the same time.
I think she almost started crying when I was having
Oh,
a chat with her.
Oh
Kids
yeah,
are
no, I
really
think because
fascinating.
Kate was
Okay.
yeah, she was like crying, and she said she might not do the show now. I was like, what?
Wild.
Another time of Kate jumping to a conclusion without all of her data.
Well, now that one, Maddie might have just said that. I don't know. I think she maybe thought she was in trouble.
No, it's funny.
But
Kate,
we're just like, just don't ignore your stage manager.
Yeah.
Because one of the
Don't
things
do
I
that.
explained to her was like, here's the thing: if something goes wrong in the show, it's not you that the director's gonna yell at. It's
Stage
not
manager.
you that I'm gonna come up to and be like, "What the fuck are you doing wrong?"
It's gonna be
It's gonna be Kate. And so if you're ignoring her and you make the wrong call, or you move on, if you do the wrong sound cue or something,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be the one that's getting yelled at. So you need to listen to your stage manager, even if you know where you're supposed to do it. You need to listen to her.
Yeah, she's
That's
in charge.
their
That's why
job.
she's there. Yeah, no, but she straight up and she straight up told Lauren like, "Oh, don't worry, I just ignore you." And she told Kate, "It doesn't matter who the stage manager is. I never listen to them."
Yeah.
That's such
Yeah,
an
it's not
actor
good.
move.
Yeah.
Well, and
Like-
she's not. She's the sound person.
Okay, that's even more
yeah,
pretentious.
no.
You're working with your own crew.
Yeah. And that's the problem, and that's why Kate was like, "I'm really concerned because she said this to me."
Yeah.
And so we were like,
That's
"Oh,
really
well,
gross.
If she quits,
oh, good, good."
Well, Kyle, you help me.
But no, it's funny, Kayla. Kate was bitching about something, and I just had.
She doesn't do that.
And I just looked at him and was like, no, you all have good qualities. You also all have qualities that piss me off. And Kate immediately cuts who she is a person. Just goes, what's my bad quality? I said, you made too rapid assumptions off too little information.
You're really short.
And she was like, yeah. I was like, it's because your brain works too fast. Like, you try to, I tell you, you actually try to correct you on an assumption because you're processing too fast.
My ratio is a little weird.
Kate's been giving me life.
CJ,
Because
you
in rehearsal, she's so.
We've been leaking.
CJ, do you need that?
Probably your guys, all your wet ass shoes. No, but Kate will straight up. She'll go. That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
I'd take a beer if you have any. Just
I have Modelo.
That's her other problem.
I have other stuff in the
Excellent
fridge.
tact.
Modelo Negro is the best. But
Negro is very good, but they don't sell them in the 24 packs, which pisses me off.
That's yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. My uncle got me into like I think it's like vodka and ginger ale, which is pretty good.
The ginger ale.
I'm gonna laugh a little bit if Maddie does decide to quit, because it wasn't even like I came down on her hard.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like,
Alex Maddie can be a bit of a
Well, and Kate was like, she was like trying to like problem solve and make a plan. I was like, hey, we'll just talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was like, let's the three of us just get together tomorrow. You can kind of tell us about what she said. We can have the opportunity to get with her.
Like every day.
Cause it's easy eating.
Yeah, it's good. It was good. My location was good, especially like depending on who was behind the counter.
Well, and
I
like worst case scenario,
I'd walk up
literally
to the front
sound is not
door,
that hard.
and
to
I would like
teach,
look
so.
through the window and I'd see who's behind the counter, and if it was like this
Pay me
one
some money,
fucking guy
I'll
who
do it.
can't make sandwiches, just like, and I just walk
No.
away.
You know, such a good
Who's
kid.
that old dude that worked with you at that quick shop? I want money.
Fucking Lyle.
Girl, we don't have no money. We're gonna have to buy
Lloyd.
live small
Emporia,
fucking theater
yeah.
apparently.
You almost got to meet Lyle. I cannot believe that.
I kind of
Sucks.
think,
Probably
I
just dead.
kind of feel like
He's
Apparently
probably dead
maybe
now.
we can be like, hey,
He survived
can this
COVID.
just come out
There's
of
no
our
way he
account
survived
now,
COVID.
and then maybe
So I worked there
next year you guys
over 10
budgeted in
years
and
ago.
just
He
reimburse.
was like in his
Like, I don't know if they would
30s
do
at the time,
that,
so
but
he's,
that-
he's in his
The
90s now. if
burnt
he's
out
alive.
theater lights should not come from our
If he's
budget.
alive.
That should be a building. That should be a building
I agree.
budget.
We should hang out sometime soon.
I mean, he works.
But we need it
I haven't
because
been in a while.
it's so dim on that
Oh.
stage.
I've had
That's
I'm kind of
dangerous.
under the
It's
weather recently,
rough.
so if we can wait till after my
Well, yeah, of course. You got
my
your,
bed rest, then I'm probably more down to hang out.
Yeah, you got,
I'm not very social right now.
Yeah, no.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Shit. I'm surprised then that you're pushing through for a session, but I guess we have so much ground to cover.
Well,
Kyle, did you? Sorry, I interrupted. Go.
No, you're
no, that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Did you get the? Did you like do scalpel for your vasectomy, or did they do like the like needle and lasers?
I think. I don't remember.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I think they did like the scalpel,
Okay.
and they did like the small incision, and then they like just did a little snip and they cauterized it, and the bits that they snipped, they let me take those home.
That's wild.
Yeah, the little bits of the tube.
A little
cinnamon
Vaz
tube.
deference.
Yeah. So I've actually still have those at home.
That's funny.
Yeah,
She's just beating up on Roscoe.
but yeah,
I haven't run the same meeting.
I love that.
I was
Did you get yours last
of
time?
course
you
high
guys
as
went?
fucking balls.
I got mine.
I still have the other. They gave
I
me
got
like
mine online.
Oh, then I got mine before you got
two
yours.
pills.
I got this
so
the
they
first
said take
one.
one and then take another like later if you needed like if the pain
Yeah, I'm
was
hoping
bad.
that.
Okay.
I never
again.
took it because like that
Yeah.
one was.
The only thing they gave me was a Valium beforehand.
Oh, okay. They gave me.
Kayla, do you want a peanut butter patty?
They gave me some
No,
stuff. I
need
can't
to
remember
try
exactly what it
anymore.
was.
I
But they
couldn't
said
resist
like
having the ones that were
take
inside
it,
because
like,
my stomach hurts.
an hour before the procedure.
Okay.
I did, and like I remember getting in the car with Jolie, and like I just stumbled into it. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I got there an hour early because they just gave it to me, and I was laying there, and then all of a sudden I could just feel it. I was just like, "This is great. Today's awesome, man."
And then you wake up.
They didn't even put me down. It was just
Oh,
local
really?
anesthesia.
I
So I was
guess-
just laying
Oh,
there.
when you got your balls
Procedure.
chopped.
I was just
Are you
laying there
too-
listening to like Queen because they had that playing on the radio and
That
just like
better?
bobbing my head and
I
singing
just-
while they were cutting into my testicles.
the most like I didn't feel a thing, of course, but like the most disconcerting part of it is just when they cauterized it and like I could hear the sizzling and
And the
smell.
smell.
It was like ugh.
Yeah, the smell was just like, ugh, what?
It's just
Like,
your
that's
flesh.
me. Yeah.
That's what
I
sperm
didn't-
smells
That's
like.
what
It's
I
sperm.
smell like.
Mine was a smelling to burning keratin when they did my eyes.
I thought you were about to describe what your vasectomy was like. I was confused where you
Oh,
were
about
going.
her eye
When they cut my
vasectomy.
balls.
When they cut my eyeballs.
Ha. Kayla had a
I haven't had my balls cut yet.
You should do it. It's fun.
It's a
I
great
like to have a
Well,
child.
You can have
I
all
like
the
to have a
sex you
child
want,
first.
Fulton.
Oh, okay.
And not have to worry
Yeah.
about babies.
With all your
I'd like to
promiscuous
have one
girls.
one day.
Yeah, Fulton's
I
got
have
all
to have a
this
woman
good-
who actually likes me first.
You have to find
I
an
like
actual
you, Fulton.
promiscuous woman.
You have a lot more guys that like you than girls.
I
You
know,
might need
it's
to
kinda-
You might need to broaden your horizons.
It's weird. It's weird how much more action I could potentially get if I was gay.
Yo, you could get a lot
That's
of
always
action.
upsetting.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Christopher Lloyd's gonna be at Planet.
Oh.
So is AJ McLean from Backstreet Boys. I'm
I'm
really
trying to
tempted.
think if there was anything else.
I'm really tempted.
That I was
How
gonna
else
share.
am I gonna ever meet him?
I
with the
basically wanted
thing.
to share everything but the Winter Soldier bit. The stuff
Okay.
about the scar. Because I just want to figure out. I kind of want to figure it
My
out
face
first.
is so hot. Ugh.
That's fair.
Okay. So yeah, so did you guys make the connection with the door?
I think we need to get this key, and I think the key maybe it's like the doorknob from your dream,
Yeah.
and it'll just click in.
So like,
I'm
do you
not
think?
I didn't even start. I shouldn't play Nameless's theme while we're
Fuck!
doing this. Here,
You just see Beckett open his eyes and smile.
Ah!
let me go to
And then he
some-
hands us the doorknob.
Let me go to something more comfy. We did
Yeah.
debate that for a while.
It would be funny if the
What?
next time. Oh, really?
No,
You did?
that was a big thing.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I
for a
talked
while.
about
About being nameless.
this was the out I had for him was when we were in continuity.
Right.
Continuity is nameless because nameless was in there. Would have made it out instead of you.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was how I was gonna do it, and so it was gonna be there were gonna be two namelesses roaming about: the continuity one that made it outside of the thing,
Oh,
and
fuck.
the real
And
one.
me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But he never responded, so.
Oh shit.
That's for the best. Or did he?
No, he just
Or
said
did
that
he?
sounds cool, and I guess we just never talked about it.
Yeah.
after that.
In Dante's mind, it's
Which
happening.
I'm glad we have enough chaos going on.
Right.
Maybe an easy retcon. You could do that.
Yeah, they just told us the whole plot to throw us off the scent.
We have a much better song to play while we discuss this. Keep going. So, like, you
Yeah.
saw a door.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, we were just saying that.
and so like
it's a doorknob.
my door in my dream had a handle, whereas the ones where you guys officially like saw the or initially saw the don't trust me.
Did I see
Hostel was
that
there.
area?
Hostel was there.
I know Hostel was, but
Oh, Beckett.
no, because right after we never went back to Palegrass after Bryce Peak, right?
Yeah, you did.
We did?
We did
That's
because
when the
we
chaos
were.
happened.
We had
So-
to go
so
knock on
Beckett
everybody's
did
doors.
see-
That's
Well-
when all the Grey Crows were there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and we tried to
Or not
go
Grey Crows, the
through.
Malik folk.
Yeah, we tried to go through the door, but we like dimension doored and we're like into
Yeah.
like a garage.
I just couldn't remember if that was Beckett or Hostel.
Yeah, I think it was Beckett.
You're Beckett, yeah.
Okay.
You're Beckett.
I did research. I had a big
Who
argument
am
last
I?
time if Beckett had met Indy, and
Mhm.
Indy's departure scene happened right before the Silhouette City, which is where Hostel left. So Trader would have never met
Almost.
the real Indy.
Right.
You guys were right.
Yeah, suck it.
I admitted it. You mean to be like, I
You fucking
admitted it.
dweeb.
Okay.
Okay. So, then what do we do? Do we just trust that this guy that you talk to is being honest and
I mean,
hope we find this person that you've been searching for?
he seemed honest to me.
Seems,
And then-
seems almost too easy since you've been doing this for what? Couple
Well,
of years now, and he just says, "Hey,
I don't think.
come
it's-
on back. There's a key."
I mean, I'm not really under the impression that it's gonna be a simple route.
And also, like, do we think it's in the physical, like, that we've seen Palegrass, or do we think it's, like, in the avatar storage? Because,
Oh,
like,
shit, I hope it's in real.
I mean, obviously the voice is not gone because I am hearing it.
Oh yeah, he was also
Or the machine is not fully off. Like, there's something.
You're still hearing it right now.
Are my ears still? Am I still? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard, like, to
Oh.
hear you guys over it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
just.
that's-
And you described that image you saw to them.
Well, I thought you were just meaning that was happening when he was contacting. I didn't know you were still feeling it.
No, I haven't been able to sleep all night.
Okay, well now I'm kind of thinking we need to go back and check on the voice because I told Mash that we took care of that.
Mm.
You did hear from Match that he had recently sent the key to someone.
Mm-hmm.
So
someone he was close to.
So like, was Match happy that the?
Oh yes, he was very very happy that the voice was just right. I don't think that he had the intended. I don't think he realized the consequences that were gonna happen whenever he did all this shit.
That's such a freaking deep cut. That's
Freaking
so
throwback.
long ago. You're still thinking of freaking Beavis and Butthead.
Jay and Silent Bob.
I miss them
Beavis and Silent
so
Bob.
much.
Jay and
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to them
Jay and
since
Butthead.
like their camp exploded.
You haven't talked to one of them since the gauntlet.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh.
He's dead.
Okay.
Got him.
So.
Soundtrack here. Yeah, soundtrack.
So, do we still need to find the rest of your warlords before we go back?
Rest of our what?
Your warlords? The ones that destroyed my continent and
I
killed...
was respectfully just concerned about Fuzzy, but
If I can confirm our current objective, Scope mentioned that the 3 Arcanines and the captain of the Legion of the Americas have gone missing here in the Malik Assembly.
That's
That
what
is
we
your
were
current
sent to do.
objective.
That's right.
So if we go
And
back
again,
in...
you have your own personal objectives just to get the fuck out.
There's so many
Right.
side quests. I don't know what the main quest is anymore.
So we got one, and we need 3
big
more.
pluses don't trust me.
Yeah.
Do we worry about that, or do we just say fuck it and go back?
I mean, that's why we're here. Like, if we don't do it,
Swear to God, if you fuckers get this far and decide to go back.
yeah.
There's a demon in your head.
Isn't there one in your head too? Isn't
Only
it the same
some-
demon?
Only sometimes.
Freaking
He's like a...
pot kettle. Jesus
He's like
Christ.
a
Does that make you guys
sublet
like
in my head.
Huh?
Sorry, that was too
Do
low.
you guys have like threesomes? Like,
Thanks.
I was gonna say, can we get like an Henri and Beckett and Chismar threesome? I think that'd be pretty funny.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mod's
I
like,
don't
can
know.
I be not the only one pulling my dick out, please? That'd be great.
Mod's like,
Mom's
can
gonna
I
put on the
watch?
Superman costume and get in the closet and watch.
Ooh,
That's a hell of a deep
I like
cut.
how this-
Jesus!
I like how tonight is half
Like
a
Rick and
major
Morty
plot
does.
reveal session and half a fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we're half on point with
That's
the
how
funny
we're
stuff.
trying to deal with the trauma.
We have less than an
Yeah.
hour left, and I had an encounter planned.
Let's
Oh,
go.
fuck.
You
I
know what?
don't wanna
I guess it's just
fix
gonna
this
happen.
bad boy.
You can make it happen whenever you want, buddy boy.
It's gonna last more than an hour. I've played with you guys before.
We can stop in the middle of combat.
So, is it the rest of the way to Malandar then?
Yeah. I mean, we have to.
I mean, yeah, I guess
Hopefully
we
we
got
find...
it.
That's why we're here. We gotta finish what we started.
Alright, everyone go back to bed.
Oh, I'm pretty comfy in Melody's bed.
Yeah, same. I just lay my head back and go to sleep.
And we're just like, holds up our
Melody's
arms.
also just gonna roll in between them.
Fuzzy sleepwalks in the door.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pile.
Laces
I really,
kicking balls
really
on you.
want Bolton to curl up at the end of the bed.
Only after circling.
I am
twice.
walking all the way back to the middle of the room, middle of the.
He like sleeps between our
Full
legs.
walks in the middle of the room, goes. and goes to bed.
Who is this? Quincy Kittyman?
We close the door and we just hear the...
Yo, Chismar goes to the front of the room and starts playing his dulcimer.
That's alright.
It's
I
just-
hate those meows.
It's just
That's
weirdly
right,
uncanny
nighttime
that like I
meow.
just like lay my head down and just suddenly I'm asleep. Like it takes me no
Yeah.
time. I'm just
Yeah.
Do you want to be big spoon or little spoon?
I feel like she has like a head on Beckett's shoulder and then is like
Yeah, and then
little
Ember's,
spoon
like-
to Ember.
Yeah, Ember's like laying on you.
Cuddle puddle.
I love this.
Moderate cuddle.
So
puddle.
morning arrives.
I mean,
And Cyrus is cuddling with us too.
Oh, the get.
Yeah, he's warm.
He's sleeping on my face.
He's like right here.
Cheers.
Mark's
He's
sleeping
still just-
wherever he
still
lives
just
is
holding
fine.
my
His little
bow.
tail is like over his nose.
Cute.
I love this. Cuddle puddle. Where are you, Maud? Where are you sleeping?
I said wherever there's a spot.
I picture
Spot
this
right
is
here, buddy.
I picture this is like a twin bed.
We're
As
having
soon
a
as Maud
sleepover in
lays
our
down,
dorm
there's
room.
just a big creaking, groaning noise and crash. The bed falls. Fuck.
We're like, good night, everybody. I love this. I want to draw that.
So cute. Do it.
We're all snuggled up.
Please draw Maud with his pants on.
Yeah.
It's not his leg, it's his penis.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why does it look like it's not?
Change the
You guys had to bed for the night, and many of you don't sleep well. I've listed that before. But
Oh, so do we have exhaustion?
you do.
Okay.
Just the two of you that I mentioned.
You two, yeah.
If I didn't go back to bed, I can't sleep.
There's a slightly abrupt awakening as a
Oh shit.
noise that doesn't necessarily need to be rolled for, considering how abrupt it is, spurts the morning into action.
So,
Yes. Yeah, either that or a compatriot from you in another room going, "Ah! Ah!" And
Is it Amba?
suddenly you hear thrashing and shifting about in a distance, and then silence.
I like to go sprint to Amba.
Yeah, I shoot
Yeah,
out,
same.
pull out my rapier and just run in, just
Yeah, I'm
ready
just-
to ready to
Yeah.
stab.
Okay, who is all going here?
Ready to fuck.
I'm bolted in.
Yeah, I'm
I
going.
think all of us are going.
Yeah.
Okay, you rush into this room here, and you see this man just shuffling around in his full uniform, rolled off his bed, just sitting with his hands in kind of a weird fetal position, looking about in random directions. You burst open the door here, and he looks in your directions. He shifts about and sees you guys. You see tears running down his
Oh,
eyes.
buddy. I'm gonna run to him and hug him.
And
You're
as you're
Louise.
running to hug him, he catches eyes with you and meets you halfway.
Oh.
And he grips you with a
Sweet
life
baby.
force and says, "I can't believe you're okay."
What's wrong? I'm fine.
I can't believe
What's
you're
wrong?
okay. He looks around the rest of you.
It's a nightmare.
My sword's still pointed at him.
You're all okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We thought you were like being hurt.
Yeah.
You want some water?
No.
Cocaine?
I,
Cheers.
this is the longest night I thought I've ever had. Let me get some clarification. A person in a bedroom. A green room. A small bedroom. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
you went and saw Andy?
Yes.
Yes, the sanctuary
Oh, that's right.
is what she called herself.
I thought she
Yeah,
scratched
of course
her.
you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was telling the truth.
About what?
It was a bad dream.
I mean, if you were there, I don't think you can count that.
No, it was everything before that. Just a very long dream. Oh, you're all okay.
Do you mind telling us?
Yeah, what did you see?
I'm gonna assume it involves us being brutally killed and murdered.
No, it just my imagination running amok.
Alright.
Oh my goodness!
Can I-
I hope I didn't cause any problems.
Just love it.
Can I roll
Good.
insight
Lots
here or
of hands.
something? Because like
Yeah.
this is, I want some kind of answer here.
Roll an insight, buddy.
That gets too hurt to care
That's a
because he
16.
didn't get his
16.
bouncy house. That's
Oh,
nice.
jeez, that's what he's upset about.
She
I
had a
wish I
party?
had detect thought.
And didn't invite me.
I wish I had detect bounce.
Maybe
He
he was
seems
too
to be telling
tired.
the truth.
Or she just wanted to have a conversation with me.
He's like saying, "Sorry, it's been a crazy night." And from your kind of conversations with Melody beforehand, like you can imagine having some crazy dreams throughout the night.
All right. Well, if you want to talk about anything, I mean, that's.
No, it's you know how nightmares are. You forget about them the moment you wake up. I could if I would, but I can't, so I won't.
Sometimes. So what do you think of Sanctuary and everything? Fucker.
It's in a similar sense. It's like I was there the whole night, but it's like a remnant. I don't remember much.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
What do you
I'm gonna check that
remember?
as well. Oh, that's a 6.
What do you
Seven.
remember?
Same thing. Seems terrible true. I remember an entity floating above this dark green room. And I remember a program. That is about it.
Like a computer?
Like with my arm, like I was
Oh.
fixing something.
Hmm.
But other than that, I don't know.
Inside.
Go ahead.
Did you ask for some ice cream?
Oh, damn it! And I've got fucking disadvantage.
Yeah, you freaking
Shit.
exhausted bitch.
That's a 9.
He seems pretty truthful.
Yeah.
I'd like
No reason not to trust him.
I'd like to talk to Silence for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this part, because you have your connection with the city, you don't even have to pull it out. You can talk with them whenever.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I remembered it in the
Yeah.
past, but it's been a while
Yeah, you can
since
just talk with them.
Yeah, because usually in the like I do the whole with the MAD, but yeah, I ask him, Silence, do you have any recollection of last night having any sort of interaction with Amba?
I was there.
What happened?
He woke up in a panic. As though he was on the brink of death.
Okay.
He squandered around. He noticed Sanctuary, and Sanctuary assured him. But from all else from there, it's a bit fuzzy.
Fuzzy for you?
Yes.
Do you often have trouble remembering what happens within Sanctuary?
There's a pause. And it comes back. It has been known to happen.
It has or hasn't?
It has been known to
It
happen.
has been known to happen. Okay. Is there anything that's connected to you having troubles with your memory, or is it without rhyme or reason?
There's another long pause. Kind of an uncanny beat. And then you hear, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if you have any hunches, let me know.
Very well.
Yeah, I will actually. I will actually go ahead and roll inside.
Thanks, CJ.
Fuck.
You're cheating at the game.
No, I was thinking about it anyway. No, that's a 4 for insight. God damn it.
He seems pretty authentic.
Okay. All right. I'll drop it. For now.
God.
And that passes. And you guys get bearings for your morning. Any morning rituals you guys are doing as things get back into full swing here?
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
It's good coffee.
I'm going to continue my ritual of not eating or drinking anything that Vicious has to offer.
You're gonna
Andrew,
Becca's
do
just
I-
on death's door the entire time.
Do I have any way to discern if this is like a mental scar, like a code word, or like a physical scar?
You're just gonna eat from like our ration.
The way that he was describing it, and you did read back in the third arc, back in the facility, you did read a whole arc describing the event that the Shunner did.
Mm.
He left a damage in people's brains that forced them to act upon a will. Like, in
With
a
like
way,
some kind of like code
he
word
didn't
or
need to
something.
be there in order for that compulsion to happen. He forced brain damage on people in order for them to act against their will. And how they describing this, Match was describing this, it's like, yeah, this was, the Shunner event was the whole reason why the Super Converter was revitalized. They wanted to create an event that could control people so that we can create this diversion to cause this attack. But that scar, what really made 01OD do all that damage, and MASH figured it out. And so even though the compulsion was gone from Amba, there's still a scar there.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Okay.
Like, the
I'm just
damage
making
is
sure it's
done.
not
He's
something
not in
physical
control
that
anymore,
we
but
can
there's
see.
still something in his brain that is waiting to, like,
It's like a sleeper agent.
yeah, it is, but in a more, like, biological sense. Like, something was cut into his neurology to tell him, if something happens, this is how your brain reacts to it.
Motherfucker.
And we just don't know what the trigger is.
You do.
Okay.
Well, you guys don't. Melody does.
Well, okay, I'm kind of confused. on
Mention
specifically.
if he knows about the scar,
Oh, then it goes into. Okay.
then it works. Like, he cannot know that he is still under their control,
Okay.
and that was Terminal's grip over him.
So then
Terminal knows that he still has control over him. He knows that Amba is not on his side.
And so then, in theory, if he was taken over again, if we would have the ability to erase that memory again, well, maybe. We don't know.
This is kind of one of the cruxes in which Mash was saying your friends, you're never going to see him again. He's done permanent damage to Merrick's brain. There's only so much you can do, but keep him from experiencing that circumstance.
So we need to keep him away from Terminal.
But he's breaking you straight to Terminal.
Yeah. What's the problem for next session?
Terminal met you guys at once and cornered Amba, but that was before his thing was suppressed, so there was no reason for the scar to activate.
Cool.
Anyway.
I'll offer Amba some breakfast as well.
I do enjoy myself a breakfast. What is your breakfast of choice, my friend?
What are you making, Chiz?
But I usually have me some eggs, some kind of protein. I'm more of a sausage over a bacon man myself.
A
but
savory breakfast is the way to go.
damn right, coming up.
Fuck you. If it doesn't have chocolate on it, I don't want it.
If you
Who the fuck has sweets for
Listen, if you put
breakfast?
chocolates on your eggs, you are going to die.
I'll make you some pancakes.
I'm like,
I'll kill you in the spot.
Can I make some chocolate chip pancakes?
yeah, and I want more whipped cream than I want pancake.
That's fair.
Well, the majority of this is catered to you. You don't actually have to order any of
Oh.
it. So, it's a matter of
Okay.
several of these different employees of the ship showing up and asking.
So it's
you
just like
stuff.
room service.
Of course, yeah. And you guys kind of have this suite right now.
I want that Fruit Loop frickin' French toast.
Oh my god, the one of the little boxes. They cut it open and they pour it out for you, and they've used this 2% milk, but it's in this weird carton that's just like in a different language. You're like, oh god, I guess I'll trust foreign milk.
Can we get
And
almond milk?
Can I read it?
What is in almond milk?
Do you have anything
And almond
lactose
milk.
free?
Yes, eggs.
Okay.
Most breads.
Cool. Thank you.
Can I look at the milk carton and see like if it says anything
It says
sketchy?
Okay, you read
poison
in the language here, and it's
specifically
just, it's one of those ingredients that's like, okay, this is highly synthesized.
Okay.
So you might get the idea that they don't make their, like, they don't get these carton stuff in house. They probably grab them from a rogue state or something.
Okay. Cool. Is there any picture on it that says like missing child?
Yeah, you turn to the side of one. I'm like, shit, that's me when I was a kid.
Huh.
No,
Alright.
it's like, wow, they definitely didn't find me.
Hey Zumi.
Oh shit, I thought they discontinued those. Those are a collector's item at this point.
I know.
What?
Son of a bitch.
That's me.
What?
He was a lot more handsome back then, let me tell you.
Look at that cutie.
I almost guarantee that milk's expired.
Can we keep that?
No, it's fine. It's all lab grown and preservatives at the arse. It's fine.
So yeah, it's definitely.
No, it's
not
fine.
good.
It's fine.
I'll just eat my cereal dry.
Amba shows up
I believe
and he's
fucking
got
it
his helmet fully blacked out. He shows up. It's like, oh, breakfast. Interesting hobby.
I got some
Didn't you just
leftover
say
rations.
that you
want
loved breakfast?
I do love breakfast. I also love lunch, and I do occasionally like dinner. I do also occasionally miss some of those foods.
some? I have some
He
leftover
seems
rations.
sus.
You want
I
some?
wanna inside him.
Go ahead inside him. Do with disadvantage,
Why?
because he has his helmet up.
But he's my best
Party
friend.
raid. Okay, fine.
Yeah, but you
make it.
can't read his face when he
What
has
is it?
that.
I can read his voice.
I just hold up like the rations I kept from the wagon. Just like I got some extra rations if you want some of that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll take
Freaking
rations.
24.
24? You know what's better than 24? 25.
Okay.
He doesn't seem hungry at all. He seems kind of perturbed.
Hey, can I talk to you?
Gross.
I know.
Of course.
I just grab his hand and just yank him back to my room.
Wait, what about the Russians? I didn't get dragged off.
Here, you can have this synthetic milk.
Oh, great. And he just holds it. What do you want?
Take off your helmet.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna once again cup against the door and listen.
Beckett, that's rude.
I think I'm good for now.
Why? I just want to look at you.
Because I'm not in the mood.
Okay, well, I feel like that should matter among the people who care about you.
Persuasion with advantage.
Do you want me to roll any sort of stealth to be listening at the door? Andrew,
Huh?
do you want me to roll any sort of stealth to be listening at the
Oh,
door?
you were listening? Yeah,
Yeah.
With a fucking cup, with his empty milk carton with his face on it.
And I definitely like have my hand on my sword, learning this about. That's a natural 20.
Mine was
so
a 16.
It's a
You're good
33.
You're good then. You said just a flat 16?
Yeah,
It
for my
seemed,
persuasion.
it seemed pretty authentic.
That was my persuasion.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, your persuasion.
To get him to take off his helmet.
Okay, and as he looks down, is like, I've had a bad morning. Can I just kind of sit with myself?
Why are you trying to hide from me?
I'm not hiding from you. I'm hiding from myself.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means I've had a very bad night's sleep, and I care about my appearance. If you could just let me dwell in my stupor, I would really appreciate
Do
it.
you want me to braid your hair?
No. But I will take you up on the offer. It's been a while since I braided my hair.
I don't know. Looks like a hot mess.
Okay, you could have laid that on with a little bit more cadence, but whatever. Listen, are you okay?
I'm worried.
Why are you worried?
And the state of the world.
Okay, make a deception check there.
Well, I'd be surprised if you didn't beat me. Because it's a natural one, but
No, it's a
I have a
failure.
+9.
That's a failure. Sorry. It looks at you and goes, bullshit.
You take off your helmet, I'll take off mine.
Guess the conversation's over.
Guess so.
And he looks back and kind of sits with you for a few. You do anything else?
I'll just sit next to him with my head on his shoulder.
Don't take me anymore.
There's a stillness to him. Like you detect contemplation. Like you detect just kind of this sheer shiver as he just is laying there. It's like there's a nervousness to him. Like he's scared. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Can I probably have to do it with disadvantage, but can I roll some sort of insight on like the
Give me
silence?
an insight with
I
disadvantage.
figured. Yeah.
I wanna hold his hand. Just like in like a comforting way.
Oh,
Oh!
I rolled a natural 20 and then a 4.
What's your insight?
+1. So that's a 5. I guess I'm more just listening to see if like anything like bad is happening.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
you
like,
don't hear any commotion.
okay.
So it seems like there's nothing bad.
It's
happening.
probably
That's
more
good.
like I'm just like hand on my sword, just ready to like whip up in the door and start stabbing if need
Yeah.
be.
Alma steps up and is like, I think I'm okay. And he takes his helmet off.
Okay. There's something weird.
Are you good?
Fine. Does he look
One
normal?
more insight check.
Yuki. 25.
Oh, that's even funnier than 24.
You see kind of a darkness in his look. Sure. Like he's seen something he shouldn't have.
What's your dream, Mayor? Really?
I forgot the dream once I started this mess. It doesn't matter.
I feel like it matters.
Do you trust me?
Should I trust you?
I want you to.
So do I.
Then do you trust me? Then do you?
Just tell me about your stupid dream.
I don't have a dream. And like I said, it is a distant memory. It's just like it never happened. It's just the thought that something bad has happened. And maybe I could do something to stop it. Who knows? Maybe visions happen. Maybe I have an epiphany.
Maybe.
Maybe you're overthinking it.
Maybe you're open.
Maybe I'm overthinking it. I miss these days. I hope they continue.
Me too.
Either way. Off with this. It's depressing. I feel like a sad sock at the bottom of a hamper. I'm like, oh, I guess that one's still dirty. I'm like, yeah, probably. And I just stay there.
I do not want to hear about the dirty socks at the bottom of your hamper.
It is an analogy. What kind of schools did you do?
No school. You know I didn't go to school. My school was you and I.
I actually went to like a couple grades before I defected.
Ooh, well, cool. Your family died late enough for you to not go to school.
It's a crazy thing to say in a conversation. I want to say that.
You
It's
just
like a
see my
crazy thing to say to someone.
my face is just like, what the fuck is she talking
You hear this
about?
whole thing like, Melody is an asshole. She just not care about anyone's well-being. Alright, let's just depart for the day.
Melody's whole family died in a fire. That's why she's homeless.
They all do. It's always a fire.
Oh wow, tragic backstories.
Oh yeah, well my parents got shot in the alleyway after an opera. You don't hear me
Hell
complaining
yeah.
about it.
That's how you sound like.
His
yeah,
parents got the
Batman.
Schindler's List hinge
Super crazy.
treatment. They shot him like 8 times with a blank and it just finally got him.
Yeah, my mom died and my dad forgot I existed.
Very
Maud,
convenient
what's your
for-
trauma dumping moment?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Hey,
It was a mix of trauma and alcoholism.
Maud's like, I had 2 loving parents.
He's
I
the
mean,
sweet bean of
Since
the
we're in the middle of a
Adopted
half
parents, anyway.
story, half joke session, let's talk about our parents.
Yeah.
Melly, what were your parents like? 'Cause
Real
we're not doing this
and
encounter tonight. We have 30 minutes. We're not doing the fucking
Now
encounter.
you have 30 minutes? What were my parents like?
Yeah,
Crispy.
explain Melody's parents.
explain how dead they are.
They're-
Explain
Very
Melody's
medium or
parents.
well done. Can you
They're
go into
well
fuck?
done. They're so well done.
They're having their best life without
Well, I
her.
assume we're having conversations at this point
Yeah.
as we're waiting for Dogma to come and reach you to go to the next rogue state.
So mine was when I was 10 years old.
Just all sitting in a circle.
She
Mama's
escaped.
there with you, just has his helmet on. I was like, this is some gay shit that's going on right now.
She
Amber's
escaped
handing
because she
out
was so
coffee.
little that she could crawl out of the rubble.
At 10?
That's so
Yes.
sad.
At 10?
You were only crawling at 10?
She crawled out.
I'm underdeveloped! I'm gonna be a bitch in 2 years!
That explains a lot. That explains
It's
a lot.
fucking Christ.
gotta learn to play Wonderwall before you can
No.
crawl.
She
Wonderwall
lived with.
It's
before
like
crawl.
3 chords.
After all.
Da da da
Oh, I
da
did.
da.
Did you see?
Okay.
You guys want to know about my family or not?
Yes.
No.
I mean, we've known each other all my life, and you've never talked about anyone but yourself. You might as well tell me.
Got him.
Classic.
You know it's true.
I want to go to fog up
That's pretty great. That's a
his
great picture.
helmet.
I took the helmet off.
Oh, that was just breathing
We
in
had
his
this
face.
whole interaction.
I thought you said you just put it back on because he was like
Oh, yeah,
being
because of-
moody.
No, I got over it. I make dynamic character.
Wow, that's sort of knocking on the wall there.
Just put my head.
Scared
in
the
your
shit
armpit.
out of me.
It's alright.
Oh.
Listen, I thought.
Oh, Luna, I see you joined the first.
Luna has entered the chat.
Oh, Luna.
That bitch.
Dumb idiot.
Love her.
Okay. You skipping you?
You
I
take
know.
that.
I am pretty tired.
I don't know if people really want to know.
But guess what?
Do
I'm
it.
playing GTA.
Say words.
You're what?
I'm gonna be playing GTA.
When her parents died, she lived with her aunt and uncle, and her uncle.
Why is she talking in the
I was
third
just
person
about
right
to
now?
Alright.
I was just about
mean,
to
just-
say that.
Well, because I realistically don't think that she would tell you.
Not
guys
knowing
all
how to
this.
conjugate.
Got him.
I'm done.
She was underdeveloped. It's okay.
I never knew my parents.
What are you, Cloud Man? Oh, he was a baby and then he was a forearm.
What?
Then he was a forearm?
What?
I haven't played Cloudman in a while, okay?
Then what does that have to do with
Where is
anyway?
he? What's he up to?
Cloudman's the man that we
Listen,
delivered
you're
to the
something.
moon.
Fair enough.
You
Okay.
just called it the moon.
I'm doing it because that's how you describe to him. There's an entirely different satellite body. Forget it. Fuck it.
Like,
Doesn't matter.
Let me just ruin all of your like the moon
Or
or
you
Village
electric
World.
Google it.
oh, there we
The
go.
sandbox place. The moon.
The moon.
I guess Kayla's done.
Yeah, no, I never
What do
knew
you
my
got?
parents.
No, because we keep talking over her. It's not fair to her.
What is ass?
Talk!
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I never knew my parents. It was. I grew up with Chisholmar and her other one.
Our other one
What?
that you remember fondly.
Did I? I don't
his
know.
name-
I don't think I ever gave them a name. Andrew,
No,
give me
we
a good
did
name.
offhand. You 100% did offhand, and we have both forgotten.
It's Chismar and Bismar.
Chiz and Biz.
Recollecting on
I'm Jismar, and this is Bismar.
this, recollecting on this mysterious individual, they either could have been a man who grows up to be a weird gangster who comes back to life and sells lead paint, or maybe it's a woman who's a scary biker lady. It's one of the two.
Who knows?
What?
I feel like
Oh,
it'll fit.
depending on which
I
one
feel like
Dylan
it'll
picks.
fit potentially one of those archetypes.
Probably the scary biker.
It's church.
As he settled.
Yeah, it's
Good.
church.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
the scary
Okay.
biker lady.
It's church, yeah.
Is church gonna be our?
That's the one.
Absolutely. There's no way I'm even gonna ask
Oh, you
Dylan
did.
to make church connected to these two idiots.
How dare you call me an idiot?
I'm calling myself an idiot too.
Church is gonna be probably connected to Rossadillo, so.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, as a gang,
One of
this
my
is
wife
probably
sees
the
a-
way to
sees
go.
a selfie of me somewhere.
Alright, so we got parents dying in a fire, got
Like,
somebody who
I'm
doesn't
jealous
know their
that-
parents. Who else wants to be tragic
Yeah.
next?
I guess I can go.
Oh, you want to be tragic?
Man, I lived in a coastal town.
That's not tragic.
Thank you.
Shit, shut the fuck up.
I'm just telling him that his life, as right now, it seems to be very peaceful and
Well,
quiet.
let him talk, and maybe he'll
He
get
said
to the
one
trauma.
sentence.
Well,
I lived on a province that was sanctioned by the region,
okay, that's the word.
which is
You
kind
talk
of
through movies,
pick
don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I'd listen to you. Don't
I
worry.
like to drink a seg. A seg is my mate. And when I drink a seg, he gets it on me.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You still got
See,
liquid
unlike
there.
your other friends, I don't encourage binge drinking, so.
Yeah, just cocaine.
Yeah.
We lived on a province town on the far west side of across the Scandinavian provinces. We were sanctioned by a specific branch of the government that was known to hire interns. When I was very young, my parents were bought out and sent overseas to work for this organization, this Calamity Project. But this is the last time I've heard of them. I stayed in a communal home for a while. Eventually, I got to pick myself. But I was still so young. I was impulsive. And so when the ship came to pick me up, I ditched my orphanage and I snuck into a manure crate. I was shipped over as cargo. I showed up along the Gulf of Mexico and I broke out and wandered northward. Found a city and I made my way. I knew not the language, but you know, you figure it out. You figure it out. He looks at you. Melody. You figured the language out. Whether they're here or now, hopefully my folks are still thinking about me. Because I think about them. I hope that they are good. I hope that they are alive. Many of you from the Legion, make a history check. That would be Melody, Ember, and Maud. Maud, you can do it with advantage.
I'm rolling so many 19s.
You say history? God damn it, I need a nap.
Need a nap?
Mine's a
Yeah,
dirty
I'm
20.
still exhausted. Oh, damn, that's a nat 20, but that's still a 16.
You didn't have a disadvantage.
Yeah, I do,
From
because
her
I'm
exhaustion.
exhausted.
Oh,
Check
shit,
out this roll
right.
with advantage.
So that's actually still a 24.
Oh yeah, you have advantage. You have intelligence. What
It's
you got?
with advantage, that is a solid 6.
God.
Because he has.
Kyle,
Dumb bitch.
Mine's a dirty 20.
you were never associated with the Calamity Project. You were always on the front lines.
I was gonna say
so
with
that's
those.
like, oh man, they do their thing.
Was Calamity the Celestian?
Yeah, that's what I
That's his. That's remember that side campaign we did for 2 sessions. That's that.
Oh,
kind
okay.
of had
Yeah.
me roll some,
And
but the ones that have
Celestians
that.
are part of that as well. The wings,
Great.
the different wings.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the project.
Okay. Were your parents
That's
Luke and Harry?
the First like 2 years of the campaign.
Have you ever heard their names?
I mean, all jokes aside, you do realize that the majority, the people that rolled over 15, would realize the majority of people recruited from overseas were generally used in dangerous projects. Were because the Calamity Project was used to test out completely nuanced and completely fabricated spells. Someone had to experience how these spells would work. They were the first taught, they were the first that dealt with the consequences. It's a sad, horrible prospect of people being brought over to be sacrificed instead of the natives.
So the likelihood that they're still alive is like
He's under you.
It's not great.
super low.
Just like how Brasswood was brought over and brought immediately into the Obsidian Wing, a wing that never has survivors as their apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
People, it's not a fair trade.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's kind of the point of their subjugation. Like, we're kind of dominating you as the powerhouse of Sojin. These people that we buy out increase the benefits of humanity by the understanding of Sojin, but at the same time are at the back end of it.
Right.
The odds of him. So maybe he doesn't understand that. That the odds of his parents still being alive are very, very slim.
Which I didn't even roll, so like I wouldn't know that, but
You didn't roll?
you didn't point to me. Should I roll?
You're not. Well, because. Yeah.
Because like I lived in the Legion for what, like a couple months before
Not
they
that
sent me
long.
off again.
You were only there as the engine gauntlet.
Yeah.
Well, you were sent over there like talked to by the freaking dudes and then sent back to be a triple agent.
Yeah. This is more daunting, just being intrigued and wanting to learn more.
Anyway, so that's my story.
What town did you grow up in?
There was a Scandinavian town just on the end of this peninsula, Gulo.
Would I have heard of that before?
History check.
Yes, sir. Dirty 20.
Gulo doesn't exist anymore. It's been either abandoned or dissolved by Malek as it's been run out of resources and it's no longer worthy of.
Because you
supply.
said the Legion like basically annexed it.
Yeah, they
and
bought
then
it out.
Probably
and
Malik then went in and wrecked everything because
either they did that or they bought everyone out. Either way, like like that's province is by far out of anyone's contact.
And how long ago was did that all that happen?
You would have learned this while you were at school, so this would have had to have been when you were a kid.
Okay.
Like.
Okay.
And you were a kid before he was, so like he was brought off young, and then you learned, this just recently they got rid of this. So like probably pretty quickly after he was annexed out, this town was dissolved. No one this guy knows is around anymore.
Yeah. Do you ever want to go back and visit?
Of course. I mean, there were all these vendors out that, I don't know, we were very famous for our street food. We had a calling for it. We took a lot of Asian culture into it at the time. Don't call that anymore, but even though like the fried on the side, like okonomiyaki and stuff. But we also dealt with a lot of protein. We used to take these sticks of legs and bread them, and like you would take a frog leg and just burn them in fat that you would scourge upon whatever we could come across. And I don't know. I guess a primitive version of the corn dog. But it always reminded me of home.
It's always nice thinking of simpler times like that.
I mean, I like thinking forward, but it's never a throw in the dark to look back. I just hope everyone is okay.
Me too.
Alright, anyone else? Please, I'm uncomfortable.
It's gonna be hard to top that story.
Well, what about you, Monty?
Well, there's not much to tell, really. I was adopted at, an age before I can even remember, by parents who, were essentially doing some equivalent of like missionary work in Malik. Don't know anything about my parents. I'm not sure really.
As you're doing this, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do a quick performance check.
What?
He's dancing while he's talking.
He's tapping.
It'll make sense when I bring it
Okay.
up.
Oh man, my rolls are great. I don't even need to look up what my modifier is, my performance. But let's see.
It's probably decent. You have high charisma.
Yeah, but my roll was fucking shit.
If you roll a 2, your charisma's only gonna get you so far.
Yeah, hang on. For some reason I closed out
What about-
dice cloud. I can don't ask. Performance. Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be 7.
Okay, so continue on, and I'll interrupt you at a proper point.
Okay. You know,
Excuse
my
me.
wow.
As you talk now, I might have the inkling you're masking your true accent.
Well, I mean, I think that the voice that I speak with now, I mean, it more or less is my actual voice.
It's too good though. It's like it's
Right.
practiced.
It became practice to the point where it was so natural that it's
So you
just my
agree with
voice.
me? So you agree with me? It's not yours.
It is now because that's just what I willed it to be.
Then who were you?
I mean, I was just an orphan. I was adopted by parents who came over from the Americas, and you know, whether they took pity on me or whether it was their goal to adopt a kid who was in unfortunate circumstances, I don't really know. But they
So you came from here.
originally, yeah.
Really? So we're more alike than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, this is technically my homeland. I couldn't tell you. I mean, this is a big fucking place. I couldn't tell you
I
exactly.
could like throw a dart at a board. I don't blame you.
I couldn't exactly tell you where I came from. I mean, but you know, that's
But what about when you went back over? You adapted well? You made it good?
I think I was young enough to adapt well.
I'm
Because
glad.
if I had been a little older, you know, I was basically just a couple years old. Had only just, you know, become aware of things. I don't remember anything about my time in Malik at all. So as I grew up, I, you know, pretty quickly realized what, you know, what I thought and what my parents never made a big deal about as far as my differences from other people were actually quite a bit different in the eyes of, you know, other kids or just people in general. I mean,
You're like,
people always, yeah, people always.
a child should not need to survive. A child should thrive.
I am in a more fortunate position than most.
I'm not shaming you.
I didn't get the sense that you were.
You've made it. But I'm sure there's more to your story.
No, not much of a story really. I mean,
You grew up to be a normal adult. Everything went well.
Yeah, you have all your limbs.
well, kinda. I mean,
You did lose an arm.
I did, but you know, it's funny. The Legion is the whole reason I lost my arm, but then it's also the reason why I have a replacement that's as close to the real thing as I'm ever gonna get. So,
How'd you
Twins
lose your
are-
arm? If you don't mind, you can not.
In the
If
war.
that's too personal.
no, it was, you know, combat scenario. Just, I'm actually trying to remember, like in the past, like I've never, like meta-wise, I think I've described this a bit in the past, but I never really like pinned down exactly what it was. I always figured it was like just a, you know, step, you know, God.
And that's kind of how it played out for you. It was just bad luck. It wasn't a
Right.
specifically crazy event.
It
for
wasn't
you.
targeted or anything. It was just bad fucking luck.
Yeah.
No.
Like you were doing your duty and then shit happened.
If I can put a finer point on it to get back in character, no, just one of my squad mates happened to trigger something next to me. I don't exactly know what it was, but he was essentially just evaporated, and I was lucky enough to escape with everything but my arm.
All is fair in love and war.
I mean,
You escape with your life and leave with your arm.
but other than that, it's pretty normal.
And you find her right here.
Right. It's interesting being here because I know that this is where I come from, but at the same time, I don't feel like I belong. It feels extremely foreign, which I guess that's understandable. I don't have any memory of this place.
It is a rough feeling to be an Eastern Folly folk that feels nothing for their homeland.
For
I envy you.
for the land itself, the geography of it, the various regions that make it up, that I don't have any sort of connection to, but just because of the nature of the way that I am, that I can't control, I do feel a deeper connection to the Folly folk over here.
If I were to be born into any of the Folly folk, a changeling is the rarest of them all.
That's what I've understood, yeah.
There are countful amount of them. And yet, we know apparently so many. It seems like a sign.
I think that we are rare enough that we tend to stand out. So,
Which is ironic for a race that tries not to stand out.
I guess when word's out, that's
It is true.
it's enough for people to take notice.
Shizumar,
That's all he does.
how about you?
Real quick, I'm curious. I do not mean to pry entirely too much. Just don't know if we get too personal here.
It's all right.
How much of you can you shame?
Because in the last session, your penis turned to a hand, and it shook hands with someone.
Is that actually what happened?
No, it's not canon unless you want.
Well, I know, but
It's not canon. It is a
It's
joke
not
we made.
canon unless you want.
It's a
to.
I don't
joke
think
we
that
made.
can actually happen.
I mean,
It's a. I'm just
No.
curious.
It's called rule
I'm
of
just,
cool, Kyle.
again, not often get to meet a person of your capabilities, and I'm just curious, man.
Well,
I'm of a naturally curious race.
I can change pretty much any aspect of my body as long as I maintain like a consistent physiology. So
So you can't add a limb.
no.
Okay.
Not that I've ever necessarily tried, but
Well, there are certain. No need to laugh over there. There's certain four-armed creatures and maybe some other weird things that I just didn't know if he could add appendages.
no, it's basically a matter of mass distribution. So if I want to make myself shorter in order to blend in somewhere, well, that means that mass has to go somewhere else. So I'll end up being quite stocky if that were the case.
So you'd make an excellent dwarf.
When you put it that way, I guess so.
They're a short, stocky folk. You're a person of, I'm not going to say to a considerable size, but if I feel like you squashed yourself down to like a 3.5 foot situation, you need to bulge out a little bit. I think it would work well for you.
Yeah. Also, Mud is not I know that fucking Fuzzy always calls him Tolly. He's like a little. He's like not.
That's so long.
He's
I
not
called
quite.
someone at work that.
He's not.
Sorry.
He's not quite 6 feet. He's like.
That's still, I would consider Chismar is canonically 6'4".
Okay, yeah, no, Chismar's.
Jesus
Chismar's tall.
Christ!
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chismar's actually.
Chismar's very
Who's
tall,
Farah,
but he's
Mom?
very thin.
He's got a good half a foot on Mud.
Like,
Oh my
I'm trying to
God.
remember. I've
This
canonically
cat
made
is
him.
taller than we
Yeah,
are.
he's 6'4", but he's a $1.92 weight. He is not a big man. He's just a tall.
He's
man.
Long cat.
He's $1.92.
Yeah.
$1.92.
So that's even funny. I'm just curious. I've never gotten to have a long-term working relationship with one of your folk, and
Your folk.
I'm just curious.
That's fine. I don't mind.
I think the things that your people can do
Oh, yeah,
are an amazing gift from the creators themselves.
Truth be told, I spent a long time kind of hiding the peculiarities of my ability, I guess, and I'm trying a little more to be honest about who and what I am. So it's tough to talk about sometimes. I'm trying to be more open about it, and I don't mind that you ask.
I think, and I don't mean to speak for you or your people, but it feels like it comes from a place from the larger society of misunderstanding of exactly, and maybe a few rotten apples in the bunch. Apparently this nameless fellow, I've heard like 2 sentences about, apparently he's one of those rotten apples, it seems like. I don't fucking
Kyle, roll a wisdom saving throw.
I was about to ask.
I was gonna say, like, does Maud just like have an anxiety
I
attack?
was just about to ask about it.
Fuck!
My favorite part is that Tinmar truly doesn't know better. She's like, oh,
What the fuck happened there?
I don't know.
Anyway, this is pretty good for my
Still
saving
roll.
throw. Yeah, no.
Still got a number.
Yeah.
Still got a number.
That is going to be a 22 on my saving throw.
Nice.
That's not bad.
I got +8 on my wisdom saving throws. So.
it's like the night you were. Can I not speak a bit?
And he just has like a
as
panic
you
attack.
hear this man talk about your conversation here, you think about where you are in your life, and you just kind of look up in your mind, and you see a man running through the streets away from a group of guards, and you feel yourself flap away into the air. And you're like, okay, that's interesting.
Huh.
Like, that's a weird thought for my imagination to do. Chisimar, you watch this man transform into an Arakocra.
Was that intentional? You got wings now.
What?
You got wings, buddy. You're a bird.
You look down and
Yeah,
see
like-
you're fully embrassed in feathers.
So the last time that this happened, okay,
This
going back
happened
for a
multiple
second.
times.
Yes, the previous time that this happened was like back before, like right before we were
He
teleported
turned into
to
the
Malak.
dead guy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. This
It
is
happened again after we go.
And then
way
you
back.
turned into Nameless.
Yeah.
right. So yeah, this is.
I was legit just about to ask about his panic attacks. And then this fucking.
Well,
I
he passed the panic attack thing.
Yeah.
So
However,
this is
however,
so
this might give me
different?
another one. So yeah, as I. As I look down at my fucking like wings and feathers, I look back to Chismar and I say, to be honest, I did not know that this is something that, not that I've ever tried, but was capable of doing.
I mean, listen. It just real quick. I imagine this makes me shock for you, so I don't want to deal with any of your psychology at the moment. I want you to be able to, you take your deep breaths are important in this situation. But I'm curious, really fast, real quick, if we have some room. Can you fly? Do the wings work?
That's a very good question.
Can we try just can you hover a little bit? Do the wings work?
You do have a fly speed of 15.
I give I give a few
Holy shit.
like awkward flaps to try to take flight.
As you start to take flight here, you notice the feathers starting to fall off you at rapid pace.
Oh, and to be clear, I'm like hovering. I'm not going far.
Yeah, you're not very far.
Just like,
Okay, that doesn't look good. That's interesting. That's an interesting experiment. All right.
Am I like transforming back, or am I like molting? Like, why are the
Transforming back.
Okay.
As he falls back, it's like something with that connection kind of broke in that moment. So you fall, you hit your ground, and you kind of feel the feathers fall off you, and you feel your main body come back. But it's not your main body; it's your real main body. So
Oh.
it's up to you if you correct it quickly.
At this point, like everybody I imagine is fucking staring at me.
yeah.
So, God, I had a photo saved a while ago of like my actual like.
Kayla's asleep.
No.
Like what?
Changeling actual form.
Yeah, I had a photo. Like I.
You have an actual
Oh.
Malik form.
Yeah, I think it's. I think I have it saved on my desktop. I'll have to go look, but I did find it. Yeah. But yeah, no. For the moment, I mean, it's like. After realizing that this is what has happened, I kind of just look around and say, well, I mean, there's. I mean, this is me. I
In
mean,
a beautiful form that it is.
This is me.
Make a deception check.
What?
He kind of knows what's going on here.
Maud does?
Yeah. You have a connection with what's going on here.
What the fuck?
But does Kyle remember what's
That's-
Does Kyle remember? I
That's
I've never
Do you
thought
know-
about the
do you know what's
changing
going on,
races
Kyle?
like that.
Well, okay, so I know that
Are you a
like
fucking
it is a
idiot?
connection with Nameless.
It is.
Like, and like whenever, like what has happened in the past. I mean, is literally what happened here. Like I literally transformed. Like when I transformed into the guy that Nameless killed, it wasn't because that he was the guy that Nameless killed. It was because Nameless
It
took
just
that guy's
came out.
form, and that's why I transformed into him specifically. So, but beyond that, like I don't.
Investigation check.
Why
Okay.
was it because you? Why did you change?
If you don't, as Kyle don't remember it, then make an investigation check.
Yeah, I don't. There's a specific here that I think I'm not remembering for some reason. Okay, I'll make an event. I gotta close this tab.
I thought it was because like that was a signal that you like were close to him. Like there
well,
was
in the,
something. There's some fucking connection with you two. I fucking swear to God.
right, but in the that's why this is a little weird because I mean in the past. So unless he's literally here,
What did I say?
okay. So for investigation, that is a 10.
Oh my fucking.
Yeah.
With the 10, I'll give you. You can at least remember that.
This is the
Like,
only, to my
whenever
knowledge, like
Nameless has transformed, you somehow seem to transform too.
yes,
Just recently, though.
yes. So this is the first
But,
time that this
I
is.
mean, I'm not going to give you any more info.
Can I do
This
an
has
insight
happened
on all
3
this?
times. Did you do an insight?
Yes, it has happened 3 times, but the other 2 times I was in assumedly close proximity to him. So the fact that this is happening across an ocean is not great.
Yeah,
18.
it's
He's fucking here. Or
With
something.
the inside of this,
Yeah.
okay, you've seen this scene happen multiple times from when you were over on the other side and this happened. You saw that decapitated tiefling
Mm-hmm.
standing there and Maud transformed into that before that ever even happened.
Right.
There's a connection between these guys that seems to sync their transformations.
Okay.
When he transforms out of character here, Nameless is doing it in real life.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the vision that flash when I had my wisdom check, like I assumed that was what was happening. But I mean,
With your wisdom, what was your wisdom check?
well, you know, my
Like
wisdom
0?
saving throw. Like when I made the
That
saving
was
throw,
for
you
you
said
to
that.
not like panic attack.
I know that, but you also said that like I could like see in my mind's
You
eye.
still got that, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so-
saw that something was happening.
Yeah, he's being chased by
somewhere
guards.
else. He was chased by guards.
I assumed that was happening like right then. That wasn't
was.
like okay.
You can take that.
Yeah.
It was happening right at that instant.
Okay.
I think I
And just
wanna.
you thinking about it turned you into that.
I think I wanna like grab Maud,
Okay.
like
punch.
Ooh.
by the face,
And you start making out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Let's go back in.
and be like, follow this connection. Close your eyes and follow this connection.
Okay. Like
I want you to like close your eyes and just try to. You're somehow connected with this person. See if you can follow it to its source. See if you can communicate right now.
Mon
Person.
will take a deep breath and try to like calm himself the fuck down because like Nameless, just the idea of Nameless freaks him out so much. But after like a few deep breaths, he just kind of like relaxes his shoulders as best he can, closes his eyes, and then tries to focus as much as he can on whatever is in his mind's eye that relates to Nameless and what he's doing.
As you focus in here, just give me a wisdom check here.
Can I give him the help action by like
By
leading
helping
him?
Here, yes. Give him the advantage. You get advantage. Just a
Okay.
wisdom check. Add your wisdom with Mr. Woltmeyer. With Mr. Gizgibble. Gizgibble.
Garbage.
We're going a little bit over here. We started
That's okay.
That's okay. This is fucking
That-
That's okay.
Yeah, that is with advantage. That's a 6 on my wisdom.
You rolled 2 5s.
Yes, sure did.
God
She
damn.
did, yes, sure did.
As you sit here and think about trying to connect, it just doesn't reach.
Okay.
Like I don't even get like a.
In this instant,
Oh.
just because you're not, your mind's not quite on the link. It's a 6. What do you want me to do?
No, you're
Right.
Jesus Christ!
No, I
I-
have something that I'm thinking. Okay, while this is
metagaming.
going on, no, because I just remembered something, and I feel like
Oh,
that
yeah.
would trigger for Ember too.
Kayla's straight up asleep.
No, I'm not. My eyes are literally
You
open.
were laying you did
No,
the whole.
she's-
She did
she-
the whole 2 hands under the freaking head.
She's
That was
comfy.
crazy.
I am
She's
comfy.
in her
No, I
own
literally
house.
just texted CJ
She's
that.
comfy. No,
I am tired. I want to go to bed, but I'm awake.
Okay,
It's
I
fine.
have a question, just
No,
because
I
that
did not
just made me
sleep
think of
well.
something. Like the thing that's happened to Maud, because it's like some like mental link or something. The medicine that we found where Nameless was staying, what medicine was that again? Was it like a psychotic or something?
It was
There was 2
like
different types.
It was an anti.
Most of it was
It
a
was
lot
an
of
antidepressant.
anti-anxiety
Uh-huh.
and antidepressants. A mix of all of that stuff.
So maybe like what is happening to you, like you were also doing to him. Like when you would change, maybe he would change.
It's possible. Like okay, so if this would be really funny. So
We're scary.
Maud is currently like in his like actual like true form, which
You're
he
in your
barely
true form
spends.
now. Yeah.
Which he barely spends it like anytime.
Like,
he
are you
kinda
just, like,
loses
all
to it
white?
anymore.
Like what is your?
Yeah, you're a white man.
Well, no, I just mean
A
like
white man.
No.
like
a
the
white man.
like the color white.
Oh, Crispin.
No, he's like no, he's like darker complected than
Okay.
like that than you're used to.
Okay.
I just picture the taffy monster from Bob's Burgers.
Oh my god. So I'll go ahead and like what I'll do is I will change back into like my what everyone knows is my
Mod,
default
mod,
form.
yeah.
Mod.
But as I do
Flail
it,
and there's mod.
yes, but as I do so, I want to like try again to focus on Nameless.
You can do it again, but you have to do it with disadvantage this time. Trying a second time.
With wisdom check.
It's a wisdom
Okay.
check. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
A
And to be
second
clear
time
here,
is
I'm not
a
trying
little-
to connect with him as I do this. What I'm trying to do is if he's trying to fly away as an
Okay, so if you're doing
Aarakocra,
it a
I
second
want
time, it's something different. So what are you doing this time?
what I'm attempting to do is if he is like trying to flee from some guards as an Aarakocra and is like flying through the air, I'm trying to focus on him to see if it works the other way, where if I can get him to transform into like a more human form and fall out of the fucking sky.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
I don't know if it works that way, but
Okay.
yeah.
Believe in you.
So
You know that-
I'll do it with this.
If you're doing it this way, give me just a straight wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
What about a gay wisdom?
Nice.
No.
So that's gonna be a 25 finally
Hey.
for a wisdom saving throw.
What's
Hey.
your wisdom save?
+8.
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's adding his
Shit,
charisma
I might as well
modifier
roll-
and his
I
wisdom
might as well
modifier.
roll
Yep.
in advance now.
Oh yeah.
Finally got a good roll. Jesus.
Good job, sir.
You stare into your mind and you look up and you see this figure. Just try to reconnect and you bind your mind to a moment. And you reconnect to a figure flying through the air. And then falling out of the air.
Holy shit.
And we hear a sound outside because he crashes into the.
And as it hits the ground, you snap out of it. And you're in a figure that you don't recognize. Boy, maybe you do, but in a distant memory. Other people would. Specifically Ember. He's transformed again. He's not transformed back into his normal form. He looks like Davy.
I punch him in the face.
Don't.
You do punch him?
Yes.
Roll to hit it.
She's a wizard. It ain't gonna hurt
Good
you.
lord.
I
It's
just,
gonna hurt her.
it's
just
gonna be a
break.
whiff, and I'm gonna punch the
Okay.
wall. Oh, fuck Davey.
You
That-
like this guy.
You wanna fuck Davy?
No.
Just lay down the pipe.
I liked Davey. I thought we were friends, and then I
Nah,
found
that
out he was a fucking asshole. I'm just rolling strength, ain't I? Yeah, if I just punched him, that's a +0. Cool, that's a 9.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I punched the wall.
You hit him and it just
I
like
mean, I'm assuming
cracks
that doesn't
your
hit you, Kyle. A
wrist.
9 doesn't hit you.
No,
Okay.
sure doesn't.
As he swings at it, like you barely wake up in the midst of this guy throwing a haymaker at you. You're like, but it was a lazy with that.
I tried to-
It was out of range.
I tried to play it off.
It was
like,
a
I meant to
haymaker. You're
punch
like,
the-
Yeah, because I assumed that was entirely just its
Because it was Davey. Yeah.
Right.
It's just seeing this asshole that strung you along through the engine
Yup.
gauntlet. Just
And then I
threw into
killed
the
his
ring.
ass.
Bitch.
But that was before I knew he was nameless.
Okay, so after I dodge this, I just look at him and I'm like, are we cool?
Sorry.
What?
You still look like him.
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
does
I'll-
Mod know that?
I'll hold up my tablet.
No,
so
you transformed reflexively.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I'll hold
Yeah.
up my tablet so you can see your reflection.
Oh fuck! And I like quickly just change back to my
Then
just
just put it
Mod
back down.
like.
Well,
Mod
at least we
off
know what he
flail.
looks like right now.
Yeah. And then I just kind of look at everyone and say,
But why Davey? When he could look like anybody?
I think that's his base
'Cause-
form, right?
yeah,
That's just what he looks like.
Probably because he's like with.
because that's him.
yeah,
He just
that's
is baby.
that makes sense. But
I always pictured his like the one that wanted to do things with Indy. That's how the true form.
I've hinted enough to this point that I can tell you, baby is his base form.
Cool.
It's been hinted enough.
Please.
Yeah, I was like,
A-
oh, that
after-
was confirmed.
Okay.
after I transform back
Sucks.
into like Mod's default form, I'll just kind of look around at everyone and say, I think I just hurt Nameless real bad, and it felt real good.
Nice.
What'd you do?
Well, so you know how like a few seconds ago I turned into an Aarakocra?
Yeah.
That's because I'm pretty sure, at least, that's because Nameless had transformed himself and was fleeing some guards. Pretty sure I made him change back mid-flight.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I don't know this guy, but sounds like fun.
Yeah, he's an
Fucking.
asshole.
Yeah, Davey sucks.
It's around this point where you guys hear the bash open of your door. Jormungand bursts through. This bald, dark dude walks through. It's like, you are needed to the captain's quarters.
Alright.
Alright.
That's
The
cool.
group rushes forward. We run through this palisade that is this sandy ass carnival cruise, and you make your way forward
Ass
as
cruise.
Dogma is fully geared up in his double form, and he turns to you and says, "The next rogue state. Something is wrong. We have a breach.
Oh.
Prepare to fight."
Ah, fuck.
That's right.
I'm already amped up. Let's fucking go.
Next time.
We're gonna end there.
Next time.
On
Don't
Dragon
trust
Ball
me.
Z.
Oh, don't trust me.
Next time. on
trust me,
You girl. Andrew, I sent you a message.
I was wondering who that was.
It's a me.
It's your mom. That was fun.
Oh, I'm like behind everybody.
Your previous message was the majestic duck goose.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You can tell which one the goose is because it's violent looking.
Yes, because it's evil incarnate.